FBI probe or an SIT. And here's what Tamilaka Vechi Kadagam leader Arivaragan had to say.
On behalf of TVK political party, Mr. Radav Arjuna has filed a petition before the High Court of Madras Madurai bench for seeking a transfer of the case from the town police station of Karur to Central Investigation Team for probe of entire occurrence. It was contended that the incident was solely and motivated by the political party, including DMK and its functionaries. So we made various allegations and we have enclosed various photos and other reliable documents in our typeset. The matter will be taken up on
We have another breaking, and this time it's also a very important breaking because, like we said earlier, this is about the questions and counter questions, allegations and counter allegations that are being placed over what exactly happened in Karur on that fateful day. And right now we have a breaking where earlier, while even going to the court, when Tamilaka Vechi Kadagam said that a power cut was there and because of that chaos and commotion broke in that particular area. Now India Today has accessed a letter that is being backed by government sources which claims that this particular letter was given by the West Sector, West Zone of Karur District Secretary of Tamilaka Vechi Kadagam seeking a power shutdown when Vijay was there just to make sure that there is no untoward incident. In fact, earlier what happened is that after the commotion, TVK netas came out and they started claiming that there was a power cut right at the time when Vijay entered. That led to chaos, and they also claimed that slippers were thrown, stones were pelted, and lathi charge led to a commotion that caused the death of 41 unfortunate innocent souls. But right now we have a letter that gives us a different picture over here. In fact, one of the officials from Tamil Nadu Electricity Board also denied the charges, claiming that there was no power shutdown after Vijay reached the spot. But she said that before Vijay could come to the spot, there was a brief power shutdown just to make sure that the public who were standing very close to power lines, they needed to be removed from the spot, and then power was restored. And this particular official very clearly says that a request was placed by TVK that we see in that letter, but that request was denied. This is what the government had to say on this.
கரூர் மேற்கு மாவட்ட செயலாளர் மக்கள் சந்திப்பு நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு 27/9/25 அன்று கரூர் ஈரோடு ரோடு வேலுசாமிபுரத்தில் காலையில் 12 மணிக்கு மேல் உரையாற்ற உள்ளார் என்றும், வேலுசாமிபுரம் நெரிசலான பகுதி என்பதால் மக்கள் கூட்டம் அதிகமாக வரும் என்பதாலும் பொதுமக்களின் பாதுகாப்பு கருதி தலைவர் பேசும் பொழுது குறிப்பிட்ட நேரம் மட்டும் மின்சாரத்தை நிறுத்தம் செய்து தரும்படி கடிதம் 26/9/25 என்று பெறப்பட்டது. அவருடைய கோரிக்கையானது அன்றே மறுக்கப்பட்டு விட்டது.
My colleague Anaga Keshav with us live right now. Anaga, so since yesterday there has been quite a lot of confusion because one of the major points that was placed by Tamilaka Vechi Kadagam claiming commotion, chaos broke after there was a power cut which led to kind of chaos over there. This also included slippers being thrown at Vijay, stone pelting and lathi charge. But here now the government official claims that a letter was actually given by TVK official requesting a power cut for public safety. What exactly happened there?
Well, in fact, a letter was indeed placed by the TVK district functionary to the EB officers requesting for a power cut just when Vijay started speaking so that there was no commotion and the safety of citizens was maintained. But then the EB officer says that this particular request to cut off power supply just when Vijay starts to speak was turned down. Instead, the EB official says that yes, the power supply was cut off, but it was before Vijay's arrival. But ironically promote the very thing that was supposed to protect the citizens has led to a lot of commotion. The very reason why power supply was cut off was to protect the citizens in order to maintain the safety of them. Because remember, a lot of youngster crowds who climbed on generators, who climbed on live wires, upon trees, which is very, very risky. And that is why electricity supply was cut off in order to protect them. But it turns out, when I had a word with those survivors, they said that just when the power supply was out, there was pitch darkness. Imagine thousands of people, but pitch darkness witnessed. And this power supply led to a lot of commotion, lot of anxiety and panic, with people then trying to flee, which then triggered a lot of this commotion and chaos, is what multiple survivors that we met to on the ground said. So very ironic that the very power supply cut that was supposed to protect them
Anaga,
instead went ahead and caused a lot more commotion.
Yes, Anaga. Anaga, I request you to stay with us. We have a breaking right now. Now the Finance Minister of the country, Nirmala Sitharaman, has reached Karur, and as we speak, she is meeting the family, the grieving family, and she's trying to extend her support and comfort to them. And as we see, like 41 families have lost their loved ones. In fact, 3 from the same family have lost their loved ones, 2 daughters and a mother from the same family. So Karur is completely in darkness as we speak, and the entire state of Tamil Nadu is mourning as to what is happening over there. And every other neta has reached Karur to go ahead, meet with the families and extend their support. In fact, it was Chief Minister M.K. Stalin who went there the very same night around 1:50 a.m. And after that, every other leader, Naina Nagendran, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, everybody has gone to the spot to meet with the families, the grieving families. Their loss can never be replaced, and even Vijay had to give a statement over there claiming that this is a irreplaceable loss, and he stands with their heart. And as we speak, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has reached Karur, and she is meeting with the people, trying to find out what exactly happened over there. Blame game, politics aside, but netas over there to show solidarity to the families who lost innocent lives. And unfortunately, of those 41, 9 are children. And to speak more on this, we have Apurva Jayachandran, who is at Karur. Apurva, you're on the ground right now. What is happening there?
Well, Pramod, in fact, Nirmala Sitharaman just landed a short while back, and she's also going ahead and meeting with the families of, those victims who had unfortunately lost their lives in this tragic accident. In fact, we are following her convoy where she is going up to meet with a couple of the families who have lost their loved ones. Let me remind you, 41 people have died. Their families have lost their loved ones in this tragic accident there. And we are also seeing how there is a political blame game that is unfortunately being played out over the lives of those innocents that have been lost. And now we're seeing several leaders, senior leaders from the BJP and the Congress and other parties as well coming down here, meeting with the families, be it at the government hospital where the families of those injured are, seeking treatment, or importantly with the victims' families there. And now we have Nirmala Sitharaman there, the Union Finance Minister, who has just reached Karur, and she is in fact accompanied by BJP senior leaders Vanthi Srinivasan and MOS L. Murugan as well. All 3 of them have arrived here in Karur and are meeting with the families of the victims who have lost their lives in this tragic accident. Nirmala Sitharaman also went ahead and spoken with the family members, assuring them that they will be standing by them, offering them support and any kind of help, be it medical or financial, that they will require during these tough times. Pramod.
Well, Apurva, we saw the visuals, and that was completely heartbreaking, of a father carrying his dead child on his hand, running through the corridors, seeking some kind of help from somebody. And there was a mother who was lying next to a dead child, and she was also requesting some kind of help to resuscitate her son. And these are completely heartbreaking. Our heart and soul goes to them at this point. Yes, netas are coming over. Let's keep the blame game aside. But on the ground, were you able to speak to any families over there? Are they asking anything in particular from the government? Is the government actually providing all the support that is required for these families right now, Apurva?
Well, Pramod, in fact, one of the things that the families have been saying time and again, in fact, the family that Nirmala Sitharaman has just met with, in fact, they had requested people time and again saying that you have to be cautious, no more phones, no more, going for fan galas and whatnot. Your lives are important. I have lost the life of my loved one is what one mother was unfortunately lamenting ahead to Nirmala Sitharaman. The loss clearly is irreplaceable by those who have unfortunately lost their lives. We're seeing there, on one side, there is TVK alleging that the power cut had happened, slippers had been thrown at Vijay and whatnot. On the other side, we're seeing the government there taking a stand, saying that whatever it is at this time, we have to stay strong, we have to stay for the families, and whatever medical and financial assistance that is needed for them, that will be given to them. And that's what we believe in. That's the kind of politics that we want to play out in here in Tamil Nadu, is what is the stand of the government that we've also seen coming ahead. In fact, let me just cut down to the walkthrough that we had done when Nirmala Sitharaman had come in. In fact, she had just met with the families there. She's seen interacting with the people. Listen in. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has arrived here in Karur, where she is meeting with the families of the victims who have unfortunately lost their lives in the Karur stampede accident. As you can see here, almost the death count so far has been over 41 people who have lost their lives in the tragic accident that took place in Karur on Saturday. In fact, Nirmala Sitharaman has just arrived here, where she is meeting with the families of the victims who have lost their life. She's also assuring them, giving them assurance that the centre will stand by them. Remember, in the tragic accident that took place in TVK's show that took place on Saturday, over 41 people, including 10 children, have lost their lives in this tragic accident. The Tamil Nadu state government has announced an ex gratia of rupees 10 lakhs for the families of deceased, as well as rupees 1 lakh each for the families of those who are recovering from this accident. In fact, TVK Vijay is yet to respond on this, but saying that he is heartbroken. He has taken to platform X, saying he is definitely heartbroken at this tragic incident that has taken place, and says that he will stand by the families of the bereft. With video journalist Prasad in Karur, Apurva Jayachandran, India Today.
And that is Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is on the ground there in Karur, and she's meeting with all the people who have lost their loved ones. Imagine, this was supposed to be a joyous moment. Nobody thought such would happen. Yes, there were predictions that the crowd was large and several questions are to be asked, but nobody thought such a huge tragedy would occur over there. But what exactly happened? What led to such a tragedy? Could that been averted? Let's see in this particular package, where you would get more details about what exactly happened on that tragic day.
Sweltering heat, immense humidity. Seven-hour-long wait for the superstar Neta. All in a narrow 2-kilometer long road stretch in Karur's Velluswamipuram, the location of TVK Chief Vijay's rally. On Saturday, crowds started gathering at the venue from 11 a.m. as Vijay was expected to reach the rally spot around noon. But the actor-turned-politician was well behind his schedule. The actor reached the rally location around 7 p.m. By then, the crowd had swollen to 50,000 against the venue's capacity of 12,000. The sea of people rushed to catch a glimpse of Vijay when he arrived. Eyewitnesses say there was a 30-minute-long power cut when Vijay arrived. That is when all hell broke loose. People started trampling each other. TVK claims police used mild lathi charge at some of Vijay's unruly fans. Lack of adequate police personnel added to the chaos, and the narrow lanes acted as death traps. Dozens, including women and children, got crushed to death, and scores were injured.
In fact, I just want to show you this entire stretch of road where yesterday's TVK rally was held. You'll be shocked to know how constricted and cramped this is. This road, already very small, is a two-way road. It's a road that's been divided as a two-way stretch, making it all the more difficult and narrower and cramped for passers-by. One can only wonder and be shocked as to how is it that the police department even gave permission in the first place to have rally in a road as constricted and small as this particular road.
தேவையில்லாத உள்ள போய் சிக்கிட்டாங்க உள்ள கும்பல்ல போனாங்க எப்ப போனாங்க எங்க பையன் புள்ள மாப்பிள்ளை எல்லாம் போனது எல்லாம் குடும்பத்தில் போனது. நான் அந்த பக்கம் இருந்தேன், இவங்க எல்லாம் உள்ள போய் சிக்கிட்டாங்க. நீங்க அங்க போனீங்களா? ஸ்பாட்டுக்கு போனீங்க? நான் உள்ள அந்த பக்கம், நான் ஆப்போசிட்ல உள்ள இருந்தேன்.
கெஞ்சனும் போவாதீங்கன்னு கேட்க செத்த நேரத்துல 6:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் என்கிட்ட பேசினாங்கப்பா. கும்பலாருக்கு வந்துருங்க, என்ன வந்துடுறோம் நாங்க. திருப்பி ஒரு 1/2 மணி நேரம் கமிச்சு பார்த்தா ஒண்ணுமே இல்லம்மா, போனோமா கிடக்குது. என் பிள்ளையும் என் மாப்பிள்ளையும் போயிட்டாருப்பா. அடுத்த மாசம் கல்யாணம்.
Vijay was seen on dais when fans were getting crushed. While some say he continued with his speech, others claim he urged his fans to help ambulance. He later left for Trichy and took a chartered flight to Chennai without meeting the victims.
The way when Vijay was speaking at that location in Karur, it was clearly evident that he also did not know how to handle the situation over there, because he was constantly being told to finish the speech. Vijay did stop. He stopped. He tried to ask for the ambulance to leave. He tried to give water, but that was not efficient. Imagine such a large crowd standing over there. That from the beginning itself, this was a disaster. Unfortunately, as we expected, things went very bad, and 39 people have died so far.
With elections approaching, Tamil Nadu's deadly incident has the potential to change the political discourse. With Anaga Keshav and Pramod Madhav, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, the moment this unfortunate tragic incident occurred at Karur, immediately the Chief Minister also reached the spot. But before that, he held a meeting at the Secretariat where he spoke with the Chief Secretary and various top officials of the state of Tamil Nadu. Along with that, an announcement was made that a one-man commission, through a retired judge, that is Aruna Jagadisan, will conduct this probe, and she will actually submit a report. In fact, around 3 a.m., the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin held a press meet at Karur, and where questions were raised about who's going to identify, what will be the FIR details and such. In fact, I have the FIR from Karur with us right now, where we also have the sections, BNS sections 105, 110, 125B, 223 of BNS, and the Public Property Prevention of Damage Act of 1992 Section 3 have been imposed, and the main people who have been named are Madhi Aragan, Karur District Secretary, Bussi Anand, State General Secretary, and CTR Nirmal Kumar, State Joint Secretary. This is breaking news of Tamilnaga Vechi Kadagam have been named in this particular FIR. Along with it, Davidson Devarasivadam, the ADGP, gave us a detailed explanation as to what exactly happened over there and how the probe is going to go. And here's what Davidson Devarasivadam had to say.
Permit them to conduct this event at a place called Lighthouse Roundana. This was not accepted by the police because it was considered to be a high-risk place, considering a large petrol station on the left side and the river Amravati bridge on the right side. So the officers decided it's not advisable to give permission there. So they asked for one more place called the Ulavar Chandai. So that was also examined, and they told them that also the kind of capacity that you're going to bring is not going to accommodate in that place. So keeping that as an option, we suggested a place called Velayadapuram, this one. Because this was conducted in the recent past by one of the political parties with about 12 to 15,000 people who were gathered there, and it went off very peacefully. So that was suggested to them. So they also went and saw the place. They finally agreed. They gave it in writing saying that we may be permitted to conduct the event in this place.
And up next, we have Akshita Nandagopal, who's going to have an exclusive conversation with a senior Congress Neta, an MP, and a seasoned politician. Akshita, please take over.
And joining us here on India Today is Congress MP Karthi Chidambaram. Mr. Karthi Chidambaram, vanakkam. Thank you for your time.
Welcome.
It's been 2 days since the tragedy in Tamil Nadu, since the stampede. First of all, I'd like your views on, who's to blame here, because I think a lot of questions are being asked, a lot of finger pointing. There's an attempt to shun blame on all sides. What do you think? Who's to blame for what happened?
Well, it's very tragic that stampedes continue to happen in India. And I'm afraid that this will not be the last stampede. This has been happening in regular frequency. It happened previously in Tamil Nadu in Mahamaham. Then we had an incident in the air show in the Marina. And in the rest of India, we've had it at the Kumbh Mela, we've had it at the Central Railway Station of Delhi. So this is just a regular occurrence. So I'm not surprised that this has happened again because we seem not to learn any lessons from the previous incidents.
True.
The same mistakes are repeated time and again. And I'm afraid that we won't learn any lessons even now. And this kind of a tragic event will also happen in the future. That being said, it's very, very tragic. If you look at the profile of the people who have passed away, they've been women, children, very, very young children. And it's very tragic that when they've been coming just to see a film star of their choice, that they have to endure this kind of tragedy. While I can't appropriate blame specifically on anybody, that only a proper and a professional and thorough inquiry can bring that about. I think there are many factors which led to this, and many actors, players, no pun intended when I use the word actors, players were responsible for this, who have to take the onus for this great tragedy. Of course, the district administration is primarily responsible for making arrangements, but this is a private event. So there were private organizers in the sense a fledgling political party. So all those who sought permission, those who organized the event, and those who were broadly responsible for the law and order of the place are responsible. But that can only be brought about during a very thorough and detailed inquiry.
In most of these cases of stampedes, and you listed a few of them for us, Karthi, inevitably it's a man-made tragedy. It's because of lack of arrangements on the ground, lack of any adequate provisions for the kind of crowds and numbers that gather, like what we saw in Karur as well. There is a lot of questions and a lot of focus right now on Vijay and how perhaps the TVK could have also played a larger role in avoiding what could have happened. But do you think, and you've said that the district administration is to blame, the district administration largely has kind of washed their hands off what's happened, saying very clearly that it was because of TVK. Do you buy that? Or do you believe that,
No,
yes, the administration has a role?
I'm not blaming the district administration. The district administration, first and foremost, has very limited resources to handle such large events. It's not as if that they have a Wembley Stadium there to have a concert with a movie star. They don't have that. They don't have those kind of infrastructure. And I know the limited infrastructure which is available in Karur. The district administration is not alone solely to be blamed. They do what they can. Whether they did enough is something only an inquiry can bring about. They obviously granted permission in a specific place for a anticipated a number of people. Let's be very clear about that. Whenever anybody seeks permission to gather in a public place, they make an estimation. Based on the estimation, the district administration allots a place. So I do not know the details of the application, what the estimation was given by the organizers, which is this fledgling political party TVK, and based on which did the administration make adequate arrangements and allot an appropriate place is the question to be asked. So the blame is not only on the district administration. End of the day, this is a private event, a private political party's event. They should have also anticipated and they should have also made arrangements. The district administration does not make arrangements for food, water, and shelter. They only provide the law and order and make sure there is nothing unruly happening based on the estimate given by the organizers. Yes, we can always argue that they should have had state intelligence, which should have anticipated the crowd based on previous meetings. Fair enough. But you have to understand that our infrastructure, no matter where it is, can't handle this kind of a frenzy. And obviously, there is an enthusiasm among the fans of this particular movie star, and they are coming about in large numbers. I'm seeing that. I don't discount the enthusiasm. I don't discount the support base he seems to be having. That being said, the political party also seems to be lacking in second-level leadership. Whenever a political party organizes any event, they have district-level leadership who has a writ over the cadre who come to these events. Here, it's very clear that they have no writ over the cadre who come. Whether they are cadre, I don't know. Whether they have transformed themselves into cadre itself is a question. They continue to be silver screen fans. And nobody seems to have a writ over them. So there is a free run for these very enthusiastic people, and nobody within the political organization has any kind of control, command over them. And that's very clearly visible because this political party doesn't seem to have a second line leadership, which is visible from on a state level, doesn't seem to have a district leadership, which has got control and command over its members from the district. So that also is a factor. Those are also factors which must be taken into account. And when we've seen that, did they fail in controlling their own or giving correct guidelines, enforcing discipline, enforcing some sort of decorum when they come to their own political event? That also must be taken into account.
What do you also think? And, there's been a lot of talk of what you said also, Karthi, about how TVK functioned, that it seems to be more of a fan army than really a political outfit. And that's perhaps been exposed in how we've seen also the response to the stampede. What do you make of that? There's been a lot of criticism of the fact that Vijay immediately was up and about, left to Chennai, is currently camping in Chennai. Were you disappointed? There's been a lot of criticism of how Vijay and TVK has responded to the stampede as well.
See, I have always maintained that there is a great amount of energy this fledgling political party has. Whether this energy can transform itself into a form and structure and then become a proper political party which can face elections, I don't know. Only time will tell. But definitely, I will concede that they have tremendous amount of support and energy. Whether that can, become some sort of a viable political vote bank which can actually face an election, can actually go through the electoral process and win, I don't know at the moment. It can happen, it can't happen, only time will say. But the reaction of the political party has also been, I can't say I'm disappointed because I really have no expectations of them. Was very strange, when a very tragic event has occurred in an event which they have organized. I did not expect their top leadership to scoot. I would have expected them to stay there, to go and perhaps take stock of what is happening, perhaps and address the press. I mean, I can't see any political leader. I mean, there is one, of course, who doesn't address the press, but he's got other forums which are available to him because of the stature of his office. But any fledgling political party refusing to meet the press, refusing to give their point of view, refusing to answer questions, and refusing to be there. That was very strange that they were able. They scooted immediately and did not stay their ground and sort of exert their leadership there, and that was very disappointing. But as I said, I have no expectations personally, though.
The only communication that's coming from the TVK has been, of course, the petitions that they've been filing in court and, of course, taking to social media, where they seem to be suggesting all of this is a conspiracy, that the stampede was made to happen, that there were attempts to trigger the crowd, and that's why the stampede happened. What do you make of that?
No, I have no information about that. If they have any special knowledge about somebody instigating this stampede, they must definitely bring it to the notice of the courts, the police, or the inquiry commission, which is being constituted now. And they must definitely bring it about into the public domain and back it up with the solid evidence. And even if this is a very serious allegation, and they must back it up with the evidence which is credible.
Another question that's constantly coming up is what next, Karthi Chidambaram? We've seen what's happened at this rally in Vijay's event in Karur. Many would say it was waiting to happen, looking at the crowds that had gathered in the previous rallies as well. And this is with 30+ restrictions that were placed on Vijay's rally. Do you think he should be allowed to continue to campaign in Tamil Nadu? And in what circumstances then?
I'm saying that's really for the local administration to give permission based on what they see. But I don't think he should be curbed from campaigning or reaching out to people. I mean, that's his democratic right. I don't think his democratic right should be curtailed in any manner. But of course, it will be the administration won't be misplaced in placing restrictions. And if they play very onerous restrictions, I'm sure he will go to court. And the way I see things, eventually any of his future political appearances will only be determined by courts.
Finally, when we started off, you spoke of the number of stampedes were witnessed across India, in Tamil Nadu as well. What do you think should be our learning, the biggest takeaway from what's happened, so we don't allow this to happen again? Not just in Tamil Nadu, but across India. We have this conversation too often.
We simply don't have the infrastructure for large gatherings. Our streets are narrow. We don't have fire escapes. We don't have safety protocols. I think, anybody who's prudent will avoid large crowds. I think, be it religious, social, or anything, I think we should avoid large crowds. We should have very severe restrictions for gatherings now. So, but whatever I say will not be implemented. We will continue to have large gatherings. We will continue to have these kind of unfortunate events also roll out in the future. I'm not very optimistic.
I agree with you that there's a serious need for introspection, but we never really actually see that happening, not just in Tamil Nadu, but in any of these mega events that we see across the country. But Karthi Chidambaram, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Also about the stampede, and we have a breaking now that is also from Karur regarding the sting. This is also about the FIR. We have the FIR copy with us where we got information that the case has been filed under sections 105, 110, 125B, 223 of BNS and 3 of Tamil Nadu Protection. We have a breaking news, and this is to Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has issued a warning. He has actually stated what exactly happened over there. In fact, like I said earlier, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin reached Karur by 1:50 a.m. on the very same day that night, and he was there since the next day morning as well. The Chief Minister in fact said that he wanted to reach only by 9:30 a.m. the next day, but seeing how the situation was extremely difficult, he reached the spot immediately. Now the Chief Minister has stated that what has happened in Karur is extremely tragic, but he could not bear that on social media slander based on this particular tragedy is being spread, and now is issuing a warning to those who are trying to involved in such kind of tragedy slandering, not to do so. This is a stern warning from the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin. Here's what the Chief Minister has said. We have Anaga Keshav with us. Anaga, the Chief Minister has now issued a stern warning to those who are trying to slander based on this Karur tragedy on social media. This is a stern warning from the Chief Minister. But what is the Chief Minister trying to say here? And who are these miscreants who are trying to use this unfortunate incident and convert it into a political fiasco?
Well, in fact, Pramod, every single person in the political fray are trying to indulge in blame games. The district administration trying to blame the TVK, whereas TVK also trying to in turn blame the district administration. But what's utterly disappointing is that every single one who is supposed to work for the welfare of people are in turn washing their hands off, safely being ensconced and not really taking enough responsibility for what's happened. And the best example was when we asked ADGP Davidson, who is a very tall officer in the police department, as to whether there was an intelligence failure, whether he would agree that just 500 police personnel deployment was enough. He said that that decision on deploying that number of policemen was just fine and that there was no intelligence failure. There was no concedement of the fact that there was an intelligence failure or that the amount of resources and infrastructure provided was inadequate. Not a single line of acknowledgement by any authority for that matter, any authority or any official. There was not a single line that implied that the government was taking responsibility for this. And the same applies with TVK as well. With the kind of petition that we saw TVK had applied in the court, it's very clearly mentioned that the TVK is also equally trying to wash its hands off of this matter. And now we have the Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin. He says that his heart is shattered by the loss of lives. In fact, the death toll has gone up to 41. This morning there was another death An elderly woman has lost her life. 41 people, Pramod, that we are talking about have lost their lives in this very tragic incident. The Chief Minister says in that video message that he has put out on social media that an ex gratia of 10 lakh rupees has been extended by the state government to the victims of Karur tragedy. He also goes on to warn against these misinformation, particularly that's being spread on social media, especially when it comes to the fans of these political leaders, be it Vijay or be it from the government side. There are a lot of fan accounts, especially on social media,
Yes,
amplifying fake and false information. And that is why the government, on a war footing, has issued a strong message against those spreading fear-mongering and those spreading misinformation.
Right, Anaga. Now let's listen to what the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had to say here. He very clearly claims that life is very costly, and he also says that post this particular Arnab Jagadishan report, there will be a draft that will be derived as to how politicians and public should be in the future of such kind of programs are being conducted. And here's what the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has said.
கரூரில் நடந்தது பெருந்துயரம், கொடுந்துயரம், இதுவரை நடக்காத துயரம், இனி நடக்கக்கூடாத துயரம். மருத்துவமனைக்கு நான் நேரில் போய் பார்த்த காட்சிகள் இன்னும் என் கண்ணை விட்டு அகலலை. கனத்த மனநிலையிலையும் துயரத்திலையும் தான் இன்னும் இருக்கேன். செய்தி கிடைச்சதும் மாவட்ட நிர்வாகத்தை முடுக்கிவிட்டு எல்லா உத்தரவுகளையும் பிறப்பித்த பின்னாலும் என்னால் வீட்டில் இருக்க முடியல. உடனே அன்றைக்கி நைட்டே கரூருக்கு போனேன். குழந்தைகள், பெண்கள்னு 41 உயிர்களை நாம் இழந்திருக்கிறோம். இறந்து போனவங்க குடும்பத்துக்கு தலா 10 லட்சம் ரூபாய் அறிவித்து அதை உடனடியாக வழங்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் சிகிச்சை பெற்று வர்றவங்களுக்கு அரசு சார்பில் முழு சிகிச்சையை வழங்கி வரோம். நடந்த சம்பவங்களுக்கான முழுமையான உண்மையான காரணத்தை ஆராய முன்னாள் நீதியரசர்
And we have another breaking from the state of Tamil Nadu. This is also related to the stampede, and as we speak, we've got information about the FIR that has been lodged in Karur district, and the sections here we see are of the 4 BNS sections 105, 110, 125B and 223 of BNS, while Section 3 of Tamil Nadu Public Property Prevention Act, and also we got to know what the FIR had said over there. Now the FIR claims that Vijay, the time sorted was 3 to 10 p.m. But the police, the FIR very clearly mentions that 11 conditions were imposed upon them, especially Madhi Aragan, the accused number 1, Busi Anand, accused number 2, and now CTR Nirmal Kumar, accused number 3. And the police claim that 11 conditions were imposed. They were supposed to follow that. But also the FIR says that Vijay's entry into Karur was delayed by 4 hours, only with the notion to show that there is a mass crowd that was actually along with Vijay. And the FIR blames these 3 accused in this case, and not just that. Now they claim that because of the delay, and also the FIR says that all 3 were informed that such a chaotic situation would arise, but they did not listen to it. Let's go to Anaga once again. Anaga, we have the FIR from Karur right now, and this FIR claims and puts the blame on 3 top officials of TVK, claiming they did not listen to the police even when they cautioned that such a chaotic situation would arise. What more does the FIR say?
Well, in fact, Pramod, the FIR clearly states that it's the organizers of this particular event, particularly Madhi Aragan, who heads the Karur district for TVK, Busi Anand, who is number 2 in Tamilga Vetri Karagam, a very close associate and an aide of Vijay. And the third one is CTR Nirmal Kumar, who is the Deputy General Secretary of Tamilga Vetri Karagam. Against these 3 figures in TVK party who are very influential, who are holding top posts in the party, an FIR has been registered. In fact, it is true what the FIR says, that there was a delay in Vijay's arrival. On Vijay's social media, while it was mentioned that he would be there at around 12:45, when did he turn up? He turned up much later. After 6-7 hours, he turned up. But then the permission for the political rally was sought from 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the evening. But there was a huge delay in Vijay's arrival. He turned up only much later, at around 6:37 we believe. That's when Vijay turned up, and that has resulted in a lot of chaos. This prolonged wait in the scorching sun with lack of adequate water supply has caused a lot of unrest among the people, further leading to a chaotic situation. And adding fuel to the fire is the fact that the crowd followed Vijay's convoy all the way from Namakkal to Karur, and this merging of crowds from Namakkal to the already existing crowd in Karur only caused a chaotic situation. There was a huge crowd surge, further exacerbating the situation, leading to the kind of suffocation that we saw. Very, very tragic scenes. There is a huge failure on both ends, Pramod. Let's not deny that. Both the Tamil Nadu Police Department, the government and TVK for not turning up on time for this particular delay. When TVK had promised the police department that only 12,000 people would turn up, why is it that they had underestimated? Why is it that they underplayed the amount of crowd? And the same applies to the police department as well. Why was there an intelligence failure? A lot of questions to answer for on both ends. Both the TVK and the Tamil Nadu government have a lot of questions to answer for.
Right, and I do stay with us. Also, FIR has been accessed by India today, but the important aspect here is that Vijay is not named in this FIR. Culpable homicide sections only against Vijay's top netas, TVK top netas, that is Madhya Aragan, the district secretary, Busi Anand and CTR Nirmal Kumar. But the tragedy has occurred. 41 lives have lost. We have visuals of a father, a mother clinging to the dead bodies of their children, unable to know what to do. They just don't know what to do. They are requesting, begging, pleading help from anybody just to see their child breathe once again. It's extremely tragic what happened in Karur. Several questions are being asked, most of them unanswered. And here's a report on this.
Tragedy struck Karur in the deadliest way imaginable. Lives were lost, families shattered, and a nation left heartbroken. Devastating scenes from Karur Government Hospital are tearing at the soul of India. A father, shattered by grief, cradles his lifeless child, unable to accept this cruel fate, collapsing to the ground with burden of his dead child. A mother lies beside her child's cold, still body, cuddling, embracing him one last time, refusing to let go, her sobs filling the hospital room. Through her tears, she pleads, "What did I do to deserve this?" Even 2-year-old Vishnu lost his life in the tragedy. In another gut-wrenching scene, desperate relatives try to search for their loved ones while medical staff race against time in the chaos.
கெஞ்சணும் போவாதீங்கன்னு கேட்க செத்த நேரத்துல 6:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் என்கிட்ட பேசினாங்கப்பா, கும்பலாருக்கு வந்துருங்க என்ன வந்துடுறோம் நாங்க. திருப்பி ஒரு 1/2 மணி நேரம் கமிச்சு பார்த்தா ஒண்ணுமே இல்லம்மா, போனமா கிடக்குது. என் பிள்ளையும் என் மாப்பிளையும் போயிட்டாருப்பா, அடுத்த மாசம் கல்யாணம்.
On Saturday, thousands had packed the streets, pressing tightly on both sides, cheering as Vijay's campaign vehicle moved slowly through the crowd, never imagining this joyous gathering would end in tragedy. As Tamil Nadu mourns, the call for justice grows louder because no family should ever suffer like this again. With Anagha Keshav in Karur and Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Once again, we reiterate that our heart and soul goes with all those who have lost their loved ones in this unfortunate tragedy. Innocent lives lost, 41 right now, and many are still under treatment. But this has also turned into a political fiasco where the opposition has taken this chance to claim that the government has failed at several levels. In fact, with actually calculating how many people are going to come over there, crowd management and such, while the government is hitting back claiming that one set of number was given, but that was not followed, and that has led to a lot of chaos. And here's what all the netas of the top political parties had to say.
I don't find fault with any of the victim. It is their right to come and watch Mr. Vijay, just like Mr. Vijay has got every right to come and watch the public. So Mr. Vijay has to be careful. When already the state government is after him, be careful. Where is the volunteer base? When you say a political party, why can't you deploy 1,000 volunteers? Beg them to wear t-shirts. Put them between crowds. Stop the flow. Cut off that. Do it. No. You are standing there. You have bouncers. What about the people down? So this is Mr. Vijay's fault. I hope he rectifies it.
So you're saying the state government is after him?
State government is after him, after all opposition leaders, after Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy ji, after BJP, after Mr. Vijay, because the local administration very clearly does one rule and one justice for the ruling party, one rule and one justice for the opposition party. And what happened to Mr. Vijay is unacceptable yesterday. You should not have given that place. I come from Karur. I know that place in and out, madam. Velichamipuram is a place where BJP, we haven't done a rally for a long, long time. We don't accept that place only. If they have given that place to us, our district president is standing here, he will not accept it to say, no, it is unsafe for everybody. That was a new political party. There is no second level leaders. It's okay. They are forming up now. So you force them to accept it.
Any political party, even if the Prime Minister comes to a political rally or the Chief Minister comes to a political rally, the party has to follow certain conditions and rules and regulations. There's nobody above it. I don't think if the Prime Minister of India or the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu come to a political rally that the particular political party can do anything they want. There are conditions which have to be followed. I think everybody has to understand that. These rules and regulations which people don't like is not to harass anybody. It is to protect the leaders. It is to protect the party, the functionaries who come there.
See, it's a very, very unfortunate incident. Up to 39 people are dead, 10 children and 16 women have lost their lives. And why? Why this has happened? Because of the callous attitude of the TVK. This insane attitude of trying to grab the eyeballs of this crowd, this drone shots. So they think, oh, Mr. Vijay is popular, so many people are coming, so many people are coming. For that craze, for that craving, 39 people have lost their lives. People are falling, he is still speaking. He's not bothered at all. And his silence is deadly.
Case is filed before the Honorable Madurai High Court. So let us wait the observations of the court, and hereafter we will take it as a lesson, and it should not happen. It should not be repeated in Tamil Nadu. That is my only feeling, and it is my request to other political parties and even to the police.
I have a feeling that there is error on all sides. In Tamil we say all four sides. Those errors have prompted me to suggest a solution, and I have given the suggestion to the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu. I'm sure the government will receive many suggestions, and they will take into account all the suggestions and take decisions for the future, which will be enforced for all political parties.
Whoever has lost their life in this tragic incident, let their kith and kin, let God give them strength to bear this loss and face this situation. And in the, not only here in the, wherever such a big functions or big events are held, whatever needed precautions are there, that needs to be taken.
and whatever has now happened, that there should be a proper inquiry on that.
The Tamil Nadu government has failed in controlling the crowd and maintaining law and order. They knew that large people are going to come. They didn't give permission at the right place. They didn't give police protection. It is a failure of DMK government.
And that is all on So South for the day. Thank you for watching and keep watching India Today.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं और आप घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
Sir, try berry pulao. Too good.
Good, no? Hey, why are you giving him such looks? Ignore tips and use your own mind before you order. Lots of people give unsolicited stock tips. It can be dangerous. Study the company and the risk associated. Invest only after analysis.
An investor awareness initiative by SEBI.
Hello, Moto. Do the Moto Moto.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
I choose a world where we dream, and the limit is the sky. And this world is my home where I'm living my best.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a decor brand. Live consciously.
Bliss. Sometimes it dances on your skin like first rain. Weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. It teases, it soothes, and sometimes speaks without words. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindwear. Hindwear, designed for bliss.
Hello, Moto. Do the Moto Moto.
Motorola Edge 60 Fusion, the undisputed, most loved phone.
उठो पार्थ गांडीव संभालो. The world today is caught in a complex chakravyuh. A battlefield of wars, economic slowdown, and a crisis of confidence. But in this chaos, India is rising. A civilization that has stood unbroken for thousands and thousands of years. A nation that now guides and navigates this complex world with confidence and with clarity. I'm Gaurav Sawant. This is Chakravyuh.
India's spirit, India's stories, India's podcast. Watch every Thursday, 5 p.m. on India Today YouTube.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
So sorry.
गोलमाल है भाई सब गोलमाल है गोलमाल है अरे गोलमाल है तेरी चाल है गोलमाल है सब गोलमाल है
and welcome to India Today. I'm Anjali Istawal. Let's take a look at the top headlines of this hour. Massive drama over Asia Cup trophy presentation. Pakistan Minister Naqvi takes trophy and medals with him as winners. India refused to accept them from him. Prime Minister Modi hails Men in Blue for Asia Cup win and takes a dig at Pakistan after Asia Cup win. Says Operation Sindoor on the cricket field, but outcome is the same. India win. Pakistan Asia Cup chief boasts of imaginary victory. Opposition mocks Team India, sees nationalism drama. Team India with Pahalgam widows, opposition attacks. Aam Aadmi Party Neta claims Surya doesn't have auqat to help Pahalgam widows. BJP hits back, says Sky met Aam Aadmi Party's auqat challenge. TVK leader Vijay not named as accused in Stampede FIR. Culpable homicide charges on key Vijay aides. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin's big warning on Stampede, says don't spread rumours on social media. Prime Minister Narendra Modi pens forward for Italy's Prime Minister's memoir. Calls it Man Ki Baat, hails Giorgia Meloni's inspiring journey. We begin this bulletin with big news coming in from Karnataka. It seems there is trouble mounting for Siddaramaiah Sarkar in Karnataka. The Karnataka Contractors Association has written a letter to the Chief Minister. In fact, they are claiming that the alleged commission rates have become 2 times under this Congress government. Remember, a letter was earlier written in 2021 to Prime Minister Modi at that point of time alleging BJP commission, and now it seems the accusation is being hurled at the Congress government now. In fact, of it being twice as much now. Karnataka Contractors Association is claiming that there is 33,000 crore in pending dues which the officials are not clearing, and that the commission rates have doubled. Joining us right now on the phone line is Nagarjun Dwarkanath. Nagarjun, that was one of the most important plank, the commission politics that actually got Siddaramaiah government to be formed. And now the same accusation of the commission, in fact this time twice as much, being hurled at them.
Well, that's true. The Karnataka State Contractor Association in the former BJP government had accused 40% corruption, and that was the election plank for Congress party, and that was the narrative that they had created and came to power. And now 2 years later, the same association has written to the Chief Minister about how the commission has doubled under the same Congress tenure. Manjunath, the state working president or the state president of the Contractor Association, has written to Siddaramaiah saying that the commission rates have doubled under the Congress government, and not just in one department, in 7 to 8 such department, and non-release of pending bills of up to 33,000 crores that has to be released is what the Contractor Association has said, and non-payment of the GST arrears also. Contractors have not been paid the additional GST amount starting from FY 2017 all the way up to 2021. As we speak, that's the allegation coming in. We'll have to see how Congress would react to this.
Right. Thank you very much, Nagarjun, for those details. So clearly, this is a big accusation which is coming towards the Siddaramaiah government. Remember, they had alleged that BJP takes commission, and now the same accusation, in fact, twice as much at them. And now we are moving to another big breaking news coming in. It seems the Sabarimala relic, which was considered to be looted, has now been recovered. This was a gold pedestal of the Dwarpalaka. which was missing for a while when it went for polishing and maintenance. This is a holy relic, and now it has been found in the house of a relative of the man who had sponsored this entire cleaning activity. And Sabarimala's relic, was it the loot an inside job? This is a question that is being asked, and there was a probe also that's ongoing. Temple Board Vigilance has seized this missing relic. This is a pedestal. It has gold plates on it, and remember, when it was being sent for maintenance, it was weighed, and then later on when it came back, there was 4 kgs of gold, which was less. Now, this has led to huge allegations of whether there was a thievery, what had happened, where had that 4 kgs had gone. The pedestal was missing. This was of the Dwarpalak, the idol of the Dwarpalak that was missing. Joining us now live from Trivandrum is Shibi Moikeji. Shibi, do tell us what has happened with the pedestal. How was it found? Is it still being considered a case of missing or a loot?
These are in connection with the gold pedestal that's, that's part of the Dwarapalaka idols. Now, the sponsor had taken these idols and the gold pedestal for repairs and, replating in 2019. And later he had informed that the gold pedestal had gone missing. The High Court recently ordered a vigilance probe into the missing, with the weight reduction of the Dwarapalaka idols and also into the gold pedestal of the Dwarapalaka idols. And that's when in the probe, now the vigilance has found that these missing gold pedestal has now been found in one of the residence of this of a relative of the sponsor. So what the government and the Devasam Board is saying is that they suspect a conspiracy behind this. The sponsor was lying, is what they found out, considering that he initially claimed that it had gone missing and a probe was already announced to investigate as to where this went missing. But it's been found from the residence of his relative itself, so which means he was lying. There was a larger conspiracy. The court will take up the matter today, and later, based on what the court decides, is the next procedure, is what we're understanding as of now.
Right. Thank you, Shibi, for all those details. So clearly now it seems it's been recovered. It is a huge relief, although the probe continues. And now news of the Asia Cup. During the Asia Cup final, Jasprit Bumrah was in no mood to hold back. The Indian fast bowler responded to Haris Rauf's earlier antics by mimicking his fighter jet celebration after bowling him out with a near-perfect Yorker. The gesture came after Rauf's dismissal, and it left Pakistan struggling at 141 for 9. Bumrah's reaction was widely interpreted as a reply to Rauf's provocative celebration in their previous Super 4 clash, where the Pakistan pacer had seemingly referenced cross-border tensions by mimicking a downed jet. India's 5-wicket win over Pakistan quickly took on political significance, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi likening the victory to a military operation, calling it #Operation Sindoor on the games field. He added that the outcome was same on both fronts. Adding to the sentiment, Indian captain Suryakumar Yadav announced he would donate his entire Asia Cup 2025 match fee to the armed forces and the victims of Pahalgam attack.
थोड़ा लेट हो गया, आप लोग ने पूछा नहीं, बट इट्स लाइक अ जेस्चर मेरी तरफ से. पता नहीं है कंट्रोवर्सी हो सकता है कि नहीं. कंट्रोवर्शियल नहीं है, इट्स अ गुड थिंग. आई एक्चुअली पर्सनली वांट टू गिव माय मैच फीस ऑफ all the games which I have played in this tournament to the Indian Army. Thank you. To the Indian Army.
Now remember, Indian captain Suryakumar Yadav was fined 30% of his match fee because of his comments after the Asia Cup group match against Pakistan, where he referred to the military conflict between the two countries in May.
I just wanted to say something. I think it's a perfect occasion, and taking the time out. We stand by with the victims of the families of Pahalgam terror attack, and we express our solidarity. And also, most important thing for me, we want to dedicate today's win to all our armed forces who showed a lot of bravery, and they hope they continue to inspire us all, and we give them more reasons on the ground whenever we get an opportunity to make them smile.
India Today spoke with Pahalgam victim Vinay Narwal's father Rajesh Narwal, who hailed the Indian team for not accepting the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi and also praised Surya Kumar Yadav for donating his match fee to the armed forces. Listen in.
खेल और संस्कृति ये जो होती है इन चीजों से ऊपर रहती है, बट उससे ऊपर होती है देश भावना और राष्ट्रीयता होती है। तो उन दोनों का परिचय इन्होंने दिया। और मैंने शुरू में भी जिस दिन पहला मैच था पाकिस्तान के साथ, मैंने ये कहा था कि मैं पर्सनली तौर पर अगेंस्ट हूं, बट ये सरकार का और सरकारी जो ऑटोनोमस बॉडीज हैं उनका एक डिसीजन रहा है, तो उन्होंने सोच समझ के फैसला लिया होगा। और कहीं ना कहीं मैं भी पर्सनली भी और मेरे देशवासी भी एक क्रिकेट मैच के और क्रिकेट खेल के खिलाफ नहीं है, उस आतंकवादी देश की सोच के खिलाफ हैं जो कि कुछ चंद लोगों के हाथों में, सियासतदानों और चंद सैन्य अधिकारियों की आइडियोलॉजी के अनुसार पाकिस्तान देश चल रहा है। और कहीं ना कहीं ये पाकिस्तान की आवाम की फजीयत कराई है कुछ चंद लोगों ने, तो उसके अगेंस्ट मैं रहा हूँ। जहां रही पॉलिटिक्स की बात, तो पॉलिटिक्स के मामले में मैं नहीं कहता, क्योंकि हमें इस समय जो हमारी टीम ने और टीम के मेंबरान ने, मैनेजमेंट ने और हमारे कैप्टन ने जो भावना दिखाई कि एट द वेरी फर्स्ट डे व्हेन मैच वाज गोइंग ऑन विद पाकिस्तान, तो ऑन दैट डे उसने उनसे हैंडशेक नहीं किया, तो अपना प्रोटेस्ट जाहिर किया और बिल्कुल सही किया उन्होंने। और कल भी उन्होंने क्या किया कि उनके जो पदाधिकारी थे पाकिस्तान वाले खेल के पदाधिकारी, उनके हाथों ट्रॉफी ना ले करके एक उनको मैसेज दिया है कि हम तुम्हारे खिलाफ हैं, तुम्हारी आइडियोलॉजी के खिलाफ हैं, उन चंद लोगों की खेल की, और तुम्हारे देश के लोगों के खिलाफ नहीं है हम लोग। सेकेंडली, अब इसमें भी देखें तो बाद में फिर इन्होंने क्या कि अपना हमारी टीम ने, टीम मैनेजमेंट ने और सूर्य कुमार देव कैप्टन ने इस ट्रॉफी को जो 22 अप्रैल 2025 का जो मैसेकर हुआ था और उसके जो विक्टिम हुए हैं उन सबको ये समर्पित की है, उनको ये समर्पित किया है इस ट्रॉफी को। तो ये जो भावना टीम ने और उन सब ने दिखाई है, तो ये देश भावना है और खेल भावना से ऊपर जाकर के उन्होंने इसका परिचय दिया है। ऐसे देश के साथ खेल नहीं खेलना चाहिए। और मेरा कहना यह है कि जहां पर भी पाकिस्तान की टीम जाती है, किसी भी खेल की जाती है, तो उसका प्रोटेस्ट हमें ही नहीं, दुनिया के सभी देशों को करना चाहिए कि पहले अपने देश के जो आका हैं उनकी आदतों को सुधारो। किस तरह से हमारे देश में दूसरे देशों में आतंकवादी संगठन चला रहे हैं, अपने यहाँ ट्रेंड करते हैं, वहां टेररिस्ट भेजते हो, वहां पर असामाजिकता फैलाते हो, अराष्ट्रीयता फैलाते हो, और वहां पर किस तरह से बेगुनाह लोगों की जान तुमने ली है, निहत्थे लोगों की, तो इंसानियत नहीं है इन लोगों में। तो ये मैसेज गया है।
And joining us live now is India Today's Nitin Srivastav. Nitin, you know, what is interesting is probably the match that was played yesterday, the way the Indian cricket team played, and that hard-fought victory was something that should have been in the spotlight. But the actions of a man who felt he was rebuffed, his ego was too big, Mohsin Naqvi, that has led to just escalation of this entire issue, and nobody's talking about the great performance, but just the controversies around it.
Well, that's correct. That's correct. And very sadly, but nobody's talking about India's performance. Nobody is talking about Kuldeep Yadav. Nobody is talking about Abhishek Sharma. Even nobody is talking about the whole Indian team. I mean, Pakistan have just changed the scenario. They know, really well that their team is not up to the mark. They are not capable enough to face Indian side, and that is why they are turning things out. When we entered in this Asia Cup, we were pretty favorite. And we played 3 matches against Pakistan. We dominated them. And the most important thing, the style of Indian team, the approach of Indian team. In T20s, we have changed our style. We are, playing T20 in a very aggressive manner. Surya Kumar Yadav, he always mentioned that when it comes to T20, we are here to entertain. Whenever we walk to the stadium. Our job is to win the matches. And for Pakistan, they should have actually worked on their skill. There is no, single player, not a single player in Pakistani team who have, contributed so well. There are few, cameos they have played. I will definitely I'll mention, but not enough to win, a match against India. 3-0 is something really big, something big. In Asia Cup, it has never happened. Finals, India versus Pakistan never happened. But this time in Dubai, India versus Pakistan happened and India becomes the champion. But sadly, Mohsin Naqvi, who's chairman ACC, denied. He was adamant to, give away the trophy to Indian side. And when Indian team refused, he was there for good 40 to 50 minutes on dais, waiting Indian team to come over, and to take the trophy. But it was very pretty clear that Indian team will not accept the trophy. And that is why he decided to, leave away with the trophy. But BCCI has taken this matter very seriously, and they are taking up, the complete scenario to ICC very soon.
Thank you, Nitin, for all those details. So clearly now BCCI will be taking this matter up ahead. It will be escalated to the level of ICC. Let's see what happens after that. Now, after a thrilling 5-wicket victory over Pakistan in Asia Cup, India refused to take the Champions Trophy from ACC chief and Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi, as we just told you. India celebrated their Asia Cup triumph on the dais without the traditional symbols of the victory, the cup or the medals. India informed the officials that they were willing to receive the trophy from Emirates Cricket Board Vice Chairman Khalid Al Zaruni, who was sharing the stage with Naqvi. However, Naqvi did not permit this to happen. He did not budge. The presentation ceremony finally began after a long delay, but only individual performers were feted. Despite India's refusal to accept the trophy from him, Naqvi stood firm on the stage and did not move. As Naqvi stood on one side of the presentation ceremony to begin, Indian players were standing within 15 yards, refusing to budge from their stand. Later, Pakistani officials were seen taking away the trophy from the field. Pakistan skipper Salman Ali Agha's meltdown was caught live on camera during the post-match presentation ceremony. Agha was seen throwing away the $75,000 runners-up check as the crowd booed him. Earlier, the entire Pakistan team had refused to leave the dressing room for more than an hour.
We have decided not to take the trophy from the ACC chairman, who happens to be one of the main leader of Pakistan. So we decided not to take it from him. But that does not mean that the gentleman will take away the trophy with him along with the medals. So it is very unfortunate, very unsporting, and we hope that the trophy and the medals will be returned to India as soon as possible. There is a ICC conference in the month of November, in the first week of November in Dubai. In the next conference, we are going to lodge a very serious and very strong protest against the act of the ACC chairperson.
टीम इंडिया के सारे लड़कों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। आपने जो खेल खेला, आपने जो परफॉर्मेंस दी, काबिल तारीफ थी, और एक बार पूरे भारत नहीं, पूरे क्रिकेट प्रेमियों के लिए बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो। और ये जीत 41 साल के बाद आई। अगर देखा जाए तो भारत ने 9वीं बार ये टाइटल अपने नाम किया, और इस टूर्नामेंट में एशिया कप 2025 में कमाल का क्रिकेट देखने को मिला है। अगर देखा जाए तो लीग मैचेस हों तो वहां पर अनबीटन रहे, सुपर 4 में वहां अनबीटन रहे, फाइनल में अटकलें लगाई जा रही थी कि पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ 2 मैच हम जीत चुके हैं पाकिस्तान से इस एशिया कप में। तो ये झटका मुश्किल ऐसा होता है कभी कभी जब हम अनबीटन होते हैं, तो फाइनल या सेमीफाइनल्स में हमें डर रहता कहीं ना कहीं, वो हमारे दिल में भी था। लेकिन इंडियन टीम ने जो परफॉर्मेंस दी है, जो खेल खेला है, वो काबिल तारीफ है।
How do you see whatever unfolded at the trophy presentation ceremony? India refusing to accept the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi, but Mohsin Naqvi being firm, and he in fact also took away the trophy, and India did not get the trophy or the medals.
So Mohsin Naqvi behaved in a very bizarre manner, because it was very clear. Team India had made very clear initially, if they reach the finals, if they win the finals, they will not accept a trophy from Mohsin Naqvi. He wears multiple hats, including that of Pakistan's interior minister. He spewed venom against India repeatedly. The Pakistani state has blood on its hands. So Team India was absolutely right in not accepting a trophy from him. So he wasn't firm. He was cussed. Now, despite his obnoxious behavior, the team's celebrations continued and the nation's celebration continued. You know, it's not a piece of metal. It's winning 1 billion hearts and it's winning cricket and comprehensively. India remains unbeaten. Pakistan nowhere close. I mean, as Surya Kumar Yadav very rightly had said, there is no competition. Pakistan is not India's arch rival. We are number one. They are at number 7 or something, and they barely are able to perform. Look at the way their middle order collapsed. And as Prime Minister Narendra Modi's indicated, this is opposite dur on field. That's exactly the way Pakistan Air Force collapsed in front of Indian Armed Forces on the 10th of May morning. So it's very clear. It's an entire nation that's battling Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror, and sports is an instrument of a country's foreign policy. India displayed it.
Also, the questions are being raised at the behavior because people are saying that Mohsin Naqvi could have let the neutral official from the Emirates hand over the trophy, which was acceptable to the Indian team, or he could have just left the trophy over there and could have left the venue.
Well, that is what shows how, how funny. I mean, I don't want to use that kind of foul language, but it just shows the kind of mentality of these Pakistanis. And that is why India's effort should remain to have Pakistan ousted from ICC ultimately. Yes, there are signals that are now being said that while it's their duty to play the match, there were many in India who always argued that India should not even engage with Pakistan and should not play Asia Cup or should not play with Pakistan. While there is no bilateral cricket, the fact does remain. If you don't play them here, what about Asian Games? What about Olympic Games? What about other sports? And would we boycott or cede points to Pakistan? That would be punishing yourself for Pakistan being a state sponsor of radical Islamist terror. So government has taken a stand, and as BCCI, that while they play, there is no shaking hands. There is no interaction. It's just it's a game that you have to play because your players are doing well and you want to continue doing well. But that signal has to go out. Whether the rest of the country also understands this. Remember, because we have a history and we have a culture. Look at Maharana Pratap. When Maharana Pratap was fighting the Mughals, he refused. He refused to even share a meal with Raja Man Singh, who was incident. Akbar's relative, though a fellow Rajput, but he refused. And that is what shows that when your country has to take a stand, when it comes to your country, there is nothing that is bigger. You know, those who say, do not politicize sport. This is not politicizing sport. This is sending across a message.
That was a circus, I think. And I think that gentleman, Mohsin Naqvi, has brought more egg on the face on himself. And PCB and Pakistan also, because right, Lawrence, this is the start of the tournament. They have been coming up with bloopers one after the other. And this was, he knew what was the timeline. He knew what was going to happen and still insisting on giving away the trophy. It was in very bad taste. And, good taste, I can't expect from the people from this banana republic.
Now, let's listen to how the Pakistani fans reacted after India decimated Pakistan.
हारिस रऊफ ने आज एक मर्तबा फिर से पाकिस्तान को हराने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी। मतलब यार इन्होंने वक्त बदल दिए, जज्बात बदल दिए। पहले तो पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम की बैटिंग इंतहाई किस्म की घटिया बैटिंग करके यार, मतलब ओपनर ने इतना अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया, 113 रन पर आपका एक खिलाड़ी आउट था, लेकिन उसके बाद 30 रन पर आपके 9 खिलाड़ी आउट हो गए। क्या करना चाह रहे हो यार हारिस रऊफ? तुम कभी यूएसए के खिलाफ 3 बॉलों में 12 रन खा जाते हो, कभी ये दुबई में तुम ओवर पे 17 रन खा गए। आखिर में इतना अच्छा मैच निकल गया था, लेकिन तुम मैच नहीं निकाल सके। पाकिस्तान किस तरह करते करते एशिया कप के फाइनल में पहुंचा, लेकिन हारिस रऊफ हस्बे मामूल पाकिस्तान को आज फाइनल हरा दिया। पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम की अगर बात की जाए, अगर साहिबजादा फरहान, फखर जमान, शाहीन अफरीदी, मोहम्मद नवाज, फहीम अशरफ, इन तमाम बैट्समैन ने बेतहाशा बेहतरीन बैटिंग की, बेहतरीन परफॉर्मेंस दी, लेकिन हारिस रऊफ को सिर्फ जहाज गिराने दे दो। अबे भाई, इशारे करने से कुछ नहीं होता, परफॉर्मेंस भी दिखानी होती है। लेकिन तुमने परफॉर्मेंस में क्या किया? ये पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम को हार का तोहफा दिया है।
After India crushed Pakistan in Asia Cup, now a fresh political storm is brewing. BJP has shared a video of Aam Aadmi Party Delhi chief Saurabh Bharadwaj, where he dared Indian skipper Surya Kumar Yadav. Saurabh Bharadwaj said if Sky had Aukat, then he must donate the entire match fees to the victims of Pahalgam and Indian Army. Saurabh Bharadwaj had issued the dare about 2 weeks ago. But now Bharadwaj has got a reply from the Indian skipper. After the victory in Asia Cup against Suryakumar Yadav, against Pakistan, Suryakumar Yadav announced that he will donate the entire match fees to the victims of Pahalgam and the Indian Army. However, opposition has scaled up its attack on the cricket team. Sena UBT alleged that this was pure drama and posted a video of Team India meeting and greeting Mohsin Naqvi before the tour.
अगर है तुम्हारी औकात, क्या नाम है इनका, सूर्य कुमार यादव, अगर तुम्हारी औकात है और तुम्हारी बीसीसीआई की औकात है और तुम्हारी आईसीसी की औकात है, तो तुम्हें दूसरी चुनौती भी देते हैं. जितना पैसा तुमने इन ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट से कमाया है, एडवर्टाइजर से कमाया है और इस पूरे के पूरे धंधे में क्रिकेट के आपने कमाया है, दे दो उन शहीदों की विधवाओं को, 26 औरतों को दे दो वो सारा का सारा. हम भी मान जाएंगे तुमने डेडिकेट किया है. हिम्मत नहीं है, औकात नहीं है इनकी कि ये कर सके. हाँ, फर्जी में कुछ भी बोल दो, ये हमने उसको डेडिकेट कर दिया, ये हमने उसको डेडिकेट कर दिया. बहुत शर्म की बात है.
थोड़ा लेट हो गया, आप लोग ने पूछा नहीं, बट इट्स लाइक अ जेस्चर मेरी तरफ से. पता नहीं है कंट्रोवर्सी हो सकता है कि नहीं. कंट्रोवर्शियल नहीं है, इट्स अ गुड थिंग. आई एक्चुअली पर्सनली वांट टू गिव माय मैच फीस ऑफ all the games which I have played in this tournament to the Indian Army. Thank you. To the Indian Army.
बीजेपी नेता ने, अमित मालविया ने आपको ये कहा था कि आप केजरीवाल के पिट्ठू हो, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, ऐसा है, वो आदमी झूठ की फैक्ट्री है, वो आदमी पायरेटेड सीडी की दुकान है. उस आदमी ने कहा कि भारतीय क्रिकेट कैप्टन ने पाकिस्तान कैप्टन से हाथ नहीं मिलाया, पाकिस्तान के मिनिस्टर से हाथ नहीं मिलाया. हमने वो दोनों वीडियो अमित मालविया को भेजी है और हमने बताया है कि उसने दोनों से हाथ मिलाया. तुम स्क्रिप्ट चलाना बंद करो. और दूसरी बात, जो करीब 600-650 करोड़ रुपया रेवेन्यू में इंडिया पाकिस्तान के मैचों से कमाया है, वो उन सभी विधवाओं को दिया जाए तो हर विधवा के पास करीब 30 से 35 करोड़ रुपया है.
ये भी कहा था कि जो जीता हुआ पैसा है, क्या आप जो वहाँ की जो विधवा है उनको देना चाहिए. लेकिन सूर्य यादव ने कल पैसा दे दिया.
सरकार को देना है पैसा. जो बीसीसीआई के पास 650 करोड़ रुपया है वो देना है. 2 लाख रुपए से उनका क्या होगा विधवा?
Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. It's time for a short break. On the other side, we bring you our entertainment show In the Club. So stay tuned.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
I choose a world where we dream and the limit is the sky, and this world is my home where I'm living my best.
Mindfully crafted.
And we begin this bulletin with big breaking news coming in. This is related to the unfortunate tragedy of stampede that happened in Tamil Nadu, and 40 people had died in it. Right now, as expected, there is buck passing which is happening in this entire matter. It seems Tamil Nadu cops are saying that the accusation that TVK is putting about conspiracy on them is absolutely wrong. The cops are defending the denial of the venue that TVK had asked for. They are saying that there were reasons for which the venue that was demanded by the TVK first was not given to them. The cops are saying that the venue that was sought by the TVK was not suitable for such a rally. It was dangerous. They said that the 2 venues that was subsequently shown to TVK were not apt for the rally, and then this 3rd venue was later chosen and shown to TVK. Although Vijay said that he was forced to hold his rally in cramped spots. He has been raising this allegation again and again. And it seems TVK is claiming that it was a sinister plot to bleed Vijay's rally.
permit them to conduct this event at a place called Lighthouse Roundana. This was not accepted by the police because it was considered to be a high-risk place, considering a large petrol station on the left side and the river Amravati bridge on the right side. So the officers decided it's not advisable to give permission there. So they asked for one more place called the Ulavar Chandai. So that was also examined, and they told them that also the kind of capacity that you're going to bring is not going to accommodate in that place. So keeping that as an option, they suggested a place, we suggested a place called Velayadavaram, this one. Because this was conducted in the recent past by one of the political parties with about 12 to 15,000 people who were gathered there, and it went off very peacefully. So that was suggested to them. So they also went and saw the place, they finally agreed, they gave it in writing saying that we may be permitted to conduct the event in this place.
Joining us now from Karur is India Today's Apurva Jayachandran on this entire issue. Apurva, clearly we are seeing blame game now. There are multiple aspects, multiple factors that led to this stampede, but it seems neither the government, neither the police, nor TVK, no one wants to take responsibility for anything here.
Well, that's right, Anjali. In fact, even now, if you can see, there's a complete chock-a-block here. Remember, we are outside the government hospital where we've already seen over 40 people who have been injured, several who have been, admitted in the ICU for treatment. And this is the kind of crowds that you can even see here. I think there's not been any lesson learned by the public as well. One politician after the other, they come here, they meet with the injured, and they go. And this is, one after the other, they keep saying the law will take care of it. There's at the Madurai High Court bench, there's been a case that has already been taken into cognizance. So we'll wait for the report to come. But even then, has the lesson been learned? That's the question that you need to ask. Because even now, if you can see behind me, these are the crowds of people who are still standing here. Let me remind you, this is not some political party meeting. This is not some, a road show where I am standing at. This is nothing but the GH, where people who had been, grievously injured in yesterday's stampede-like situation. We saw lives being lost, children who've lost their innocent children who've lost their lives, men, women and children who've all lost their lives there, several others injured. But this is the kind of frenzy that you can still see here. Crowds who have continuously kept gathering as each and every political leader comes on. One after the other, parties come in, meet the families of the victims, meet those who have been injured. They go ahead, they speak to them, they come out, they say it's not a political blame game. Let's wait for the one woman commission report to come out, and then we'll see. But one line that everybody is standing on is that this incident should not have happened. What happened was grievous, in fact, and it was erroneous on the part, be it they're not even blaming one person. They're saying what happened must not be repeated, and that's all is the statement. That is a unanimous statement coming in from
Apurva, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you here, but there is a press conference now by the BJP leader Annamalai. Let's cut straight across to that.
இன்று காலையிலிருந்தே நாம் பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம் கரூர் மாநகரம் முழுவதுமே மாவட்டம்
यहाँ पर कोकण विभाग की बैठक नियोजन जो है के लिए बैठक ली गई है और इसमें सभी विभागीय आयुक्त
காயம் பெற்றவங்களை பார்க்கும் பொழுது ஒரு குழந்தையை காப்பாற்றுவதற்காக ஒரு கேடயமாக தன்னை பயன்படுத்தி கொண்ட ஆட்டோ டிரைவர் நண்பர் உள்ள அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாரு. ஹோம்கார்டு அக்கா அவங்க அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாங்க. எத்தனையோ பேர் தனக்கு பிடித்த யாரோ ஒருவரை பார்க்க வேண்டும், ஒரு தலைவரை பார்க்க வேண்டும் அப்படின்னு வந்தவங்க அவங்க அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாங்க. தமிழகத்தில் இதற்கு முன்பு இது போல் நடந்ததில்லை, இனி நடக்கக்கூடாது என்கின்ற அளவுக்கு இந்த நிகழ்வு நம்ம எல்லோரையும் பெரும் சோகத்தில் ஆழ்த்தி இருக்கிறது. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, காயமடைந்தவங்க எல்லாமே 56 பேரும் பத்திரமாக வீட்டுக்கு போக வேண்டும் என்பது ஆண்டவன்கிட்ட எங்களுடைய வேண்டுதல். அதே நேரத்தில் இறந்து போன உயிர்கள் திரும்ப வரப்போறது.
We want and pray that all the injured, 53 of them who have been injured, they must reach back to their houses safely. We will stand by those who have been injured and who have lost their lives. We pray for the souls of those who had those innocents who have lost their life. We pray for their soul to have shanti.
பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் அவர்களுக்கு ஆறுதலாக ஒரு தொகையை அடுத்த ஒரு 10 நாளுக்குள்ள
Bharatiya Janata Party Karur wing gives an ex gratia of rupees 1 lakh to the families of those who have deceased. announces Annamalai. We have also taken a decision that all those who have been injured, they reach home safely. Even after 10 days, if they need any kind of medical help, anything that they need, we open our gates to them. We have instructed Karur leaders from Bharatiya Janata Party to go ahead and see that all those who have been affected in this, they have whatever financial aid or any other aid that they need immediately. Nama?
நேற்று கரூரில் இந்த சம்பவம் நடந்ததற்கு இன்னைக்கு 24 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு நம்ம பேசுறோம். 24 மணி நேரம் அனலைஸ் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம பேசுறோம்.
We are speaking after almost 24 hours since the incident took place yesterday in Karur. There has been a lot of mistakes that have taken place.
சரியான இடத்தை கொடுக்கறோமா, சரியான காவல்துறை அதிகாரிகள், காவல்துறையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய கான்ஸ்டபிள் அவங்க டிப்ளாய் பண்றோமா, கிரவுட சரியான முறையில் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்றோமான்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா இல்லை.
There must have been a stock assessment that must have been taken. How many constables have been deployed? How are the crowds going to be like?
Air Force showல 5 பேர் வரிசையா இந்த crowd control management தமிழகத்துல ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல தவறு நடந்துச்சு.
Last year in the Indian Air Force show we saw 5 people.
அதனால் எங்களுடைய முதல் குற்றச்சாட்டு மாநில அரசின் மீது தான் வைக்கின்றோம். காரணம் அவர்களுடைய கடமை சரியான இடத்தை கொடுப்பது அவங்களுடைய கடமை.
We would pinpoint the first mistake at the state government because they failed to give the proper spot for TVK to have their rally.
அங்க வந்து கூட்டத்தை நடத்துவதற்கு வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது. எதற்கு அது கொடுத்தாங்க?
We know about Karur. People from Karur know how the roads are and what kind of narrow roads they are.
அவங்க கேட்டது
I saw the TVK's permission letter that was sent to the police.
முதல் தவறு local administration, மாவட்டத்தினுடைய ஆட்சியர், காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர்,
they are somewhere near the lighthouse.
அடுத்து தமிழகத்தினுடைய
there is absolute failure by the Tamil Nadu police.
500 பேர்ல இல்லங்க. Striking force, guard.
The Tamil Nadu DGP is giving a press meet saying that over 500 policemen were deployed.
இந்த போலீஸ்காரங்க எத்தனை பேர்? 3 பேர் கூட இல்ல. ஒரு வண்டியில striking force 30 பேர் உட்கார்ந்து.
Those who were standing, who were sitting inside the cars, all of them included is 500 people.
அது 10,000மோ 20,000மோ 50,000மோ நம்பரை விடுங்க. ஒரு கூட்டம் வரும் என்று தெரிந்த பிறகு சரியான காவல்துறையை டிப்ளாய்.
We know a crowd is expected. Be it 10,000, 20,000. Let's leave the numbers aside.
இல்லங்க. டிராஃபிக் போலீஸ் இருந்தாங்களா? இல்ல லா அண்ட் ஆர்டர் போலீஸ் இருந்தாங்களா? இல்ல. அவங்க எல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரைக்கிங் ஃபோர்ஸ். அதுலயே 300 பேர் போயிருப்பாங்க.
There weren't 500 policemen as they stated. Be it traffic police or be it the regular cops on duty, there weren't 500 people.
இது பெரிய இழுபறி. கிட்டத்தட்ட 4-5 நாள் இழுபறி. அந்த லேண்ட் போய் பார்க்கறாங்க, அங்க போய் பார்க்கறாங்க. இன்னைக்கு ஒரு பொது இடத்துல காவல்துறை அனுமதி கொடுப்பதற்கு முன்பு 100 டைம் யோசிக்கணும். உயர்நீதிமன்றம், உச்சநீதிமன்றம் அவ்வளவு சொல்றாங்க. பொது சொத்துக்கு சேதம் விளைவிக்க கூடாது.
Even in a common place for police to give permission, they will have to think 100 times.
எந்த வழி இருக்குன்னா ஒருவேளை முக்கியமான VVIP
there needs to be proper ways for any emergency might take place, ambulances to enter and exit.
ஆம்புலன்ஸே போகாத ஒரு சந்து ஒரு ரோட்ல போகுது.
If there are so many crowds, how can an ambulance go in, pick up the patient and come out?
இருவரையும் உடனடியாக பணி நீக்கம். பேசிக் மினிமம் சஸ்பென்ஷன்ல காரணம் மற்ற அதிகாரிகளுக்கு
the district collector and the district officials must be suspended at the earliest.
அரசியல்வாதிகள் ஆயிரத்துக்கு சொல்லுவா சார்.
Not simply giving excuses that we put a one woman commission, put a case in the high court, etc.
ஆனால் மாவட்டத்துடைய காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளரும் மாவட்டத்துடைய ஆட்சியரும் உடனடியாக முதலமைச்சர் நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும். என்ன ஒரு
district collector and district police will have to be suspended at the earliest.
உடனடியாக நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கிறாங்க பல அரசு. ஏன்னா மற்ற மாவட்டத்தினுடைய எஸ்பிக்கும் டிசிக்கும் கலெக்டருக்கும் இது ஒரு வார்னிங்கா இருக்கு. அடுத்து எங்களுடைய மாநிலத்தினுடைய தலைவர்
this needs to be a lesson for other district collectors, SP.
ஏன் தலைவர் அந்த கருத்தை வைக்கிறாங்க?
DSP.
சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் டெப்டி சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் போய் பார்க்குறாங்க. 5 பேர் இறக்குறாங்க, 71 பேர் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அட்மிட்.
In the Indian Air Force show, we saw Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister going and seeing.
திமுக தன்னுடைய 4 ஆண்டு காலம் ஆட்சி காலத்தில் எதையும் சரிவர கட்டல. அப்படி இருக்கும் பொழுது முதலமைச்சர் அந்த பதவியில் என்ன பண்றாரு? இஷ்யூ நடந்து கொண்டு வருவதற்கு
In the last 4 years, the DMK has failed to protect the public in such crowded areas. Had they received proper permissions from Chennai, from the state's capital.
இன்னைக்கு இந்த கூட்டத்தை ரொம்ப ஸ்டடி பண்ணணும். நீங்க வந்து ஒன் மேன் ஜட்ஜை நாங்கள் போட்டிருக்கோம், ரிட்டையர்ட் ஜட்ஜை போட்டிருக்கோம். உடனடியாக சிபிஐ என்கொயரி. இன்னைக்கு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்குள்ள சிபிஐ வரக்கூடாது.
We demand for a CBI inquiry, not a one woman or one man commission.
சிபிஐ கொடுக்கிறார் அஜித் குமார் கேஸ். அதனால தாமாக முன் வந்து சிபிஐ என்கொயரி. அந்த கூட்டத்தில் யாராவது ட்ரிகர் பண்ணாங்களா? அந்த கூட்டத்தில் விஷக்கிருமிகள் யாராவது இந்த க்ரௌடை ட்ரிகர் பண்ணாங்க? ஆம்புலன்ஸ் எப்போ வந்துச்சு?
Had there been any anti-social elements in the crowds?
எதுக்காக போச்சு? இந்த எல்லா விஷயத்தையும்
Why did the police resort to lathi charge? Why did the current go off at that time? All these answers need to be brought to light. There must be a CBI inquiry into all of these questions I'm placing.
யாராவது விஷயம் செருப்பு வீசுறாங்க. ஒரு கூட்டத்தில் ஒரு தலைவனை பார்க்க வரவங்க செருப்பு வீச மாட்டாங்க. வெளியால் தானே செருப்பு வீசுறாங்க. செருப்பு வீசுறாங்க. ஏன் கரண்ட் கட்டாச்சு? இது எல்லாம் கூட சிபிஐ பண்ணி.
There were instances reported of slippers being thrown. How can that happen? Was it true?
விஜய் அவர்கள் ஒரு நடிகர் கரூருக்கு, பெரம்பலூருக்கு, திருவாரூருக்கு வர்றீங்கன்னா கூட்டம் பார்க்க.
Our fault. We blame actor Vijay.
ஒரு சினிமா ஸ்டாரை பார்க்க கிராமத்திலிருந்து மக்கள் வரத்தான் செய்வாங்க.
As a cinema star, he should have known that in villages, in smaller cities and towns, there will be people who will come to see the celebrity, especially one who is loved by all. And that too, you've kept this campaign on a weekend. Saturday. Of course, there will be people who will come with their children and parents. The people will be enthralled and they will want to see their cinema star, they will want to see their neta.
அப்படி இருக்கும்போது ஒரு தலைவனுடைய கடமை நாம போறனால யாருக்காச்சும் உபத்திரம் ஆகுதா? நமக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு லீடர்ஷிப் டீம் இருக்காங்க.
Sure, he must have come to see the people must have come to see him, but it is a responsibility of Vijay as a leader that he failed in his duty.
யாரை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுவாங்க, யாரை போய் தடுத்து நிறுத்துவாங்க, இதெல்லாம் விஜய் அவர்கள் உணரணும். ஆனால் இப்ப இருந்து அவர் போகக்கூடிய எல்லா கூட்டத்தையும் மாற்றணும். இந்த வீக்கெண்ட் கான்செப்டை வெளியே வரணும். ஏற்கனவே நம்ம இல்ல மக்களுக்கு உபத்திரம் கொடுக்கக்கூடாதுங்கிறதுக்காக வீக்கெண்ட் நியாயம்.
Political parties must come out of weekend concept.
வீக்கெண்ட்ல போனா பெண்கள் வருவாங்க.
There needs to be this idea that only in the weekend will there be crowds that are coming, only in the weekend will there be youth and kids coming. All of these notions need to be completely shut out.
ஒரு மாவட்டத்திற்கு ஒரு பாயிண்ட் மட்டும் தேவையான அரசு. ஏன்னா இரண்டாம் கட்ட தலைவர்கள் உருவாகும் வரை இந்த பிரச்சனை ஒரு
He should have assessed and questioned why such a manadu, such a gathering should have taken place during a weekend. Was it necessary? I will not accept that Vijay is accused number one.
அந்த கூட்டத்துக்கு பர்மிஷன் கொடுக்க வேண்டியது அரசு. உங்களுக்கு இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு போங்க. அவங்க கோர்ட்ல போய் வேற பர்மிஷன் வாங்க, வேற இடத்துல வாங்க.
The safety of the people who had gathered, the safety and the security is in the hands of the Tamil Nadu police, the Tamil Nadu district administration. If they said they couldn't do it, then they should have said it earlier.
விஜய் அவர்களுக்கு அனுமதி கொடுக்கணும், வர்ற மக்களுக்கும் பாதுகாக்கணும். அந்த வேலையை அரசு செய்யணும். விஜய் அவர்களுக்கும் சரியான முறையில் அனுமதி இல்லை.
They should have also given permission, the state government should have given permission for Vijay to
conduct his rally, but at the same time also given protection for the public who are coming to see said rally. They failed in that.
அதனால் அரசு வெட்டி தலைகுனியணும். மாவட்ட ஆட்சியர் மீதும் மாவட்ட காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர் மீதும்
innocent lives have been lost. The public administration and the government must go their head down in shame.
எஸ்பி 10,000 பேர் 20,000 பேர் வர்றாங்கன்னா ஸ்பாட்ல எஸ்பி டிஐஜி இருக்கணும்ல, அவங்க வந்து நிக்கணும்ல, அவங்க இருக்கணும்ல. ஓ எதிர்க்கட்சி கூட்டம் நம்ம ஸ்பாட்டுக்கு போனா
If there are 10,000 20,000 public who are coming to a spot, shouldn't there be an SP or DGP or DIG on the spot?
பெரும் வருத்தத்தில் இருப்பாரு. அதனால் எல்லோரும் சேர்ந்து அவரை யாரும் கார்னர் பண்ண வேண்டாம். இதிலிருந்து
As far as Vijay is concerned, yes, he will be in great sorrow today.
நிற்க ஆரம்பித்திருக்கின்றார்கள், நிற்பார்கள், நம்பிக்கை இருக்கு. மூன்றாவது தன்னுடைய பயணத்தினுடைய வடிவமைப்பை மாற்றணும். இந்த வீக்கெண்டு சனிக்கிழமை குழந்தைங்க வர்றதை அவாய்ட் பண்ணணும். அதே போல கடைசியா
I encourage Vijay to change the course of his rallies planned forthwith. Stop this weekend culture.
இந்தியால நம்பர் 2வது இடத்துல இருக்கிற மகாராஷ்டிரா படித்தவர்கள் அதிகமாக இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலம். நம்ம நடவடிக்கை அப்படியாக இருக்கு.
We are the second, number 2 state in the country after Maharashtra.
ஒரு குழந்தை நீங்க தான். இறந்து போன 40 பேருக்கு அவங்க எல்லாம் வீட்ல தங்கம் தான் எல்லாரும். கணவன், மனைவி, குழந்தை, தாத்தா, பாட்டி எல்லோரும் யாரோ ஒருத்தர் இறந்திருக்காங்க. அதனால எதற்காக இப்படி
all those who lost their life, they're all their near and dear ones to their family, be it Pati, Tata, mother, father, uncle, aunt, nieces.
ஆனந்தமா பாருங்க, டிவில பாருங்க, பாதுகாப்பா பாருங்க.
And we begin this bulletin with big breaking news coming in. This is related to the unfortunate tragedy of stampede that happened in Tamil Nadu, and 40 people had died in it. Right now, as expected, there is buck passing which is happening in this entire matter. It seems Tamil Nadu cops are saying that the accusation that TVK is putting about conspiracy on them is absolutely wrong. The cops are defending the denial of the venue that TVK had asked for. They are saying that there were reasons for which the venue that was demanded by the TVK first was not given to them. The cops are saying that the venue that was sought by the TVK was not suitable for such a rally. It was dangerous. They said that the 2 venues that was subsequently shown to TVK were not apt for the rally, and then this 3rd venue was later chosen and shown to TVK. Although Vijay said that he was forced to hold his rally in cramped spots. He has been raising this allegation again and again, and it seems TVK is claiming that it was a sinister plot to bleed Vijay's rally.
Permit them to conduct this event at a place called Lighthouse Roundana. This was not accepted by the police because it was considered to be a high-risk place, considering a large petrol station on the left side and the river Amravati bridge on the right side. So the officers decided it's not advisable to give permission there. So they asked for one more place called the Ulavar Chandai. So that was also examined, and they told them that also the kind of capacity that you're going to bring is not going to accommodate in that place. So keeping that as an option, we suggested a place called Vilayadavaram, this one. Because this was conducted in the recent past by one of the political parties with about 12 to 15,000 people were gathered there, and it went off very peacefully. So that was suggested to them. So they also went and saw the place. They finally agreed. They gave it in writing saying that we may be permitted to conduct the event in this place.
Joining us now from Karur is India Today's Apurva Jayachandran on this entire issue. Apurva, clearly we are seeing blame game now. There are multiple aspects, multiple factors that led to this stampede, but it seems neither the government, neither the police, nor TVK, no one wants to take responsibility for anything here.
Well, that's right, Anjali. In fact, even now, if you can see, there's a complete chock-a-block here. Remember, we are outside the government hospital where we've already seen over 40 people who have been injured, several who have been, admitted in the ICU for treatment. And this is the kind of crowds that you can even see here. I think there's not been any lesson learned by the public as well. One politician after other, they come here, they meet with the injured, and they go. And this is, one after another, they they keep saying the law will take care of it. There's a, at the Madurai High Court bench, there's been a case that has already been taken into cognizance. So we'll wait for the report to come. But even then, has the lesson been learned? That's the question that you need to ask. Because even now, if you can see behind me, these are the crowds of people who are still standing here. Let me remind you, this is not some political party meeting. This is not some, a road show where I am standing at. This is nothing but the GH, where people who had been, grievously injured in yesterday's stampede-like situation. We saw lives being lost, children who've lost their innocent children who've lost their lives, men, women and children who've all lost their lives there, several others injured. But this is the kind of frenzy that you can still see here. Crowds who have continuously kept gathering as each and every political leader comes on. One after the other, parties come in, meet the families of the victims, meet those who have been injured. They go ahead, they speak to them, they come out, they say it's not a political blame game. Let's wait for the one woman commission report to come out and then we'll see. But one line that everybody is standing on is that this incident should not have happened. What happened was grievous, in fact, and it was erroneous on the part, be it they're not even blaming one person. They're saying what happened must not be repeated, and that's all is the statement. That is a unanimous statement coming in from
Apurva, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you here, but there is a press conference now by the BJP leader Annamalai. Let's cut straight across to that.
இன்று காலையிலிருந்தே நாம் பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம் கரூர் மாநகரம் முழுவதுமே மாவட்டம்
यहाँ पर कोकण विभाग की बैठक नियोजन जो है के लिए बैठक ली गई है और इसमें सभी विभागीय आयुक्त
காயம் பெற்றவங்களை பார்க்கும் பொழுது ஒரு குழந்தையை காப்பாற்றுவதற்காக ஒரு கேடயமாக தன்னை பயன்படுத்தி கொண்ட ஆட்டோ டிரைவர் நண்பர் உள்ள அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாரு. ஹோம்கார்டு அக்கா அவங்க அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாங்க. எத்தனையோ பேர் தனக்கு பிடித்த யாரோ ஒருவரை பார்க்க வேண்டும், ஒரு தலைவரை பார்க்க வேண்டும் அப்படின்னு வந்தவங்க அவங்க அடிபட்டு படுத்திருக்கிறாங்க. தமிழகத்தில் இதற்கு முன்பு இது போல் நடந்ததில்லை, இனி நடக்கக்கூடாது என்கின்ற அளவுக்கு இந்த நிகழ்வு நம்ம எல்லோரையும் பெரும் சோகத்தில் ஆழ்த்தி இருக்கிறது. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, காயமடைந்தவங்க எல்லாமே 56 பேரும் பத்திரமாக வீட்டுக்கு போக வேண்டும் என்பது ஆண்டவன்கிட்ட எங்களுடைய வேண்டுதல். அதே நேரத்தில் இறந்து போன உயிர்கள் திரும்ப வரப்போறது.
We want and pray that all the injured, 53 of them who have been injured, they must reach back to their houses safely. We will stand by those who have been injured and who have lost their lives. We pray for the souls of those who had those innocents who have lost their life. We pray for their soul to have shanti.
பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் அவர்களுக்கு ஆறுதலாக ஒரு தொகையை அடுத்த ஒரு 10 நாளுக்குள்ள
Bharatiya Janata Party Karur wing gives an ex gratia of rupees 1 lakh to the families of those who have deceased, announces Annamalai. We have also taken a decision that all those who have been injured, they reach home safely. Even after 10 days, if they need any kind of medical help, anything that they need, we open our gates to them. We have instructed Karur leaders from the Bharatiya Janata Party to go ahead and see that all those who have been affected in this, they have whatever financial aid or any other aid that they need immediately. Nama?
நேற்று கரூரில் இந்த சம்பவம் நடந்ததற்கு இன்னைக்கு 24 மணி நேரம் கழிச்சு நம்ம பேசுறோம். 24 மணி நேரம் அனலைஸ் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம பேசுறோம்.
We are speaking after almost 24 hours since the incident took place yesterday in Karur.
இன்னைக்கு எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே
there has been a lot of mistakes that have taken place.
சரியான இடத்தை கொடுக்கறோமா, சரியான காவல்துறை அதிகாரிகள், காவல்துறையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய கான்ஸ்டபிள் அவங்க டிப்ளாய் பண்றோமா, கிரவுட சரியான முறையில் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்றோமான்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா இல்லை.
There must have been a stock assessment that must have been taken. How many constables have been deployed? How are the crowds going to be like?
Air Force showல 5 பேர், வரிசையா இந்த crowd control management தமிழகத்துல ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல தவறு நடக்குது.
Last year in the Indian Air Force show we saw 5 people.
ஆனால் எங்களுடைய முதல் குற்றச்சாட்டு மாநில அரசின் மீது தான் வைக்கின்றோம். காரணம் அவர்களுடைய கடமை சரியான இடத்தை கொடுப்பது அவங்களுடைய கடமை.
First, we would pinpoint the first mistake at the state government because they failed to give the proper spot for TVK to have their rally.
அங்க வந்து கூட்டத்தை நடத்துவதற்கு வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது.
We know about Karur. People from Karur know how the roads are and what kind of narrow roads they are.
அவங்க கேட்டது
I saw the TVK's permission letter that was sent to the police.
முதல் தவறு local administration மாவட்டத்தினுடைய ஆட்சியர் காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர்
they are somewhere near the lighthouse.
அடுத்து தமிழகத்தினுடைய
there is absolute failure by the Tamil Nadu police.
500 பேர்ல இல்லங்க striking force guard.
The Tamil Nadu DGP is giving a press meet saying that over 500 policemen were deployed.
இந்த போலீஸ்காரங்க எத்தனை பேர் 3 பேர் கூட இல்ல. ஒரு வண்டியில striking force 30 பேர் உட்கார்ந்து
those who were standing, who were sitting inside the cars, all of them included is 500 people.
அது 10,000மோ 20,000மோ 50,000மோ நம்பரை விடுங்க. ஒரு கூட்டம் வரும் என்று தெரிந்த பிறகு சரியான காவல்துறையை டிப்ளாய்
we know a crowd is expected, be it 10,000 20,000, let's leave the numbers aside.
இல்லங்க டிராஃபிக் போலீஸ் இருந்தாங்களா இல்ல லா அண்ட் ஆர்டர் போலீஸ் இருந்தாங்களா இல்ல அவங்கள ஸ்ட்ரைக்கிங் ஃபோர்ஸ் அதுலயே 300 பேர் போயிருப்பாங்க.
There weren't 500 policemen as they stated. Be it traffic police or be it the regular cops on duty, there weren't 500 people.
இது பெரிய இழுபறி. கிட்டத்தட்ட 4-5 நாள் இழுபறி. இந்த லேண்ட் போய் பார்க்கறாங்க அங்க போய் பார்க்கறாங்க. இன்னைக்கு ஒரு பொது இடத்துல காவல்துறை அனுமதி கொடுப்பதற்கு முன்பு 100 டைம் யோசிக்கணும். உயர்நீதிமன்றம் உச்சநீதிமன்றம் அவ்வளவு சொல்றாங்க. பொது சொத்துக்கு சேதம் விளைவிக்க கூடாது.
Even in a common place for police to give permission, they will have to think 100 times.
எந்த வழி இருக்குன்னா ஒருவேளை முக்கியமான விவிஐபி
there needs to be proper ways for any emergency might take place, ambulances to enter and exit.
ஆம்புலன்ஸே போகாத ஒரு சந்து ஒரு ரோட்ல போட்டுருக்காங்க.
If there are so many crowds, how can an ambulance go in, pick up the patient and come out?
இருவரையும் உடனடியாக பணி நீக்கம் பேசிக் மினிமம் சஸ்பென்ஷன்ல காரணம் மற்ற அதிகாரிகளுக்கு
the district collector and the district officials must be suspended at the earliest.
அரசியல்வாதிகள் 1008 சொல்லுவா சார்.
Not simply giving excuses that we put a one woman commission, put a case in the high court, etc.
ஆனால் மாவட்டத்துடைய காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளரும் மாவட்டத்துடைய ஆட்சியரும் உடனடியாக முதலமைச்சர் நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும். என்ன ஒரு
district collector and district police will have to be suspended at the earliest.
உடனடியாக நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கிறாங்க அரசு. ஏன்னா மற்ற மாவட்டத்தினுடைய எஸ்பிக்கும் டிசிக்கும் கலெக்டருக்கும் இது ஒரு வார்னிங்கா இருக்கு. அடுத்து எங்களுடைய மாநிலத்தினுடைய தலைவர்
this needs to be a lesson for other district collectors, SP,
ஏன் தலைவர் அந்த கருத்தை வைக்கிறாங்க? இந்தியன்
DSP
சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் டெப்டி சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் போய் பார்க்கறாங்க. 5 பேர் இறக்குறாங்க, 77 பேர் ஹாஸ்பிடல் அட்மிட். அதனால தமிழக
in the Indian Air Force show we saw chief minister, deputy chief minister going and seeing.
TVK தன்னுடைய 4 ஆண்டு காலம் ஆட்சி காலத்துல எதையும் சரிவர பண்ணல. அப்படி இருக்கும் பொழுது முதலமைச்சர் அந்த பதவியில் என்ன பண்றாரு? இஷ்யூ நடந்து கொண்டு வருவதற்கு
in the last 4 years the DMK has failed to protect the public in such crowded areas. Had they received proper permissions from Chennai, from the state's capital.
இன்னைக்கு இந்த கூட்டத்தை ரொம்ப ஸ்டடி பண்ணணும். நீங்க வந்து ஒன் மேன் ஜட்ஜ் நாங்க போட்டுட்டோம், ரிட்டையர்ட் ஜட்ஜ் போட்டுட்டோம். உடனடியாக சிபிஐ என்கொயரி. முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்குள்ள சிபிஐ வரக்கூடாது.
We demand for a CBI inquiry, not a one woman or one man commission.
சிபிஐ கொடுக்கிறார் அஜித் குமார் கேஸ். அதனால தாமாக முன் வந்து சிபிஐ என்கொயரி. அந்த கூட்டத்துல யாராவது ட்ரிகர் பண்ணாங்களா? அந்த கூட்டத்துல விஷக்கிருமிகள் யாராவது இந்த கிரவுட் ட்ரிகர் பண்ணாங்க? ஆம்புலன்ஸ் எப்ப வந்துச்சு?
Had there been any anti-social elements in the crowds?
எதுக்காக போச்சு? இந்த எல்லா விஷயத்தையும்
why did the police resort to lathi charge? Why did the current go off at that time? All these answers need to be brought to light. There must be a CBI inquiry into all of these questions I'm placing.
யாராவது விஷயம் செருப்பு வீசுறாங்க. ஒரு கூட்டத்துல ஒரு தலைவனை பார்க்க வரவங்க செருப்பு வீச மாட்டாங்க. வெளியால் தானே செருப்பு வீசுறாங்க. ஏன் கரண்ட் கட் ஆச்சு? இது எல்லாம் கூட சிபிஐ பண்ணி
There were instances reported of slippers being thrown. How can that happen? Was it true?
ஒரு நடிகர் கரூருக்கு பெரம்பலூருக்கு திருவாரூருக்கு வர்றீங்கன்னா கூட்டம்
Our fault, we blame actor Vijay.
ஒரு சினிமா ஸ்டாரை பார்க்க கிராமத்துல இருந்து மக்கள் வரத்தான் செய்வாங்க. அதுவும் நீங்க மொத்த கரூர்
As a cinema star, he should have known that in villages, in smaller cities and towns, there will be people who will come to see the celebrity, especially one who is loved by all.
சனிக்கிழமை வைக்கும் பொழுது மக்கள் எல்லோரும் வரத்தான் செய்வாங்க.
And that too, you've kept this campaign on a weekend, Saturday. Of course, there will be people who will come with their children and parents.
ஒரு கூட்டத்தை குழந்தை காட்டுவோமே, ஒரு தலைவனை காட்டுவோமே, சினிமா ஸ்டாரை காட்டுவோம். அதனால் விஜய் அவர்களை போன்றவர்கள் யோசிச்சு
The people will be enthralled and they will want to see their cinema star, they will want to see their neta.
மக்களும் அவரை பார்க்க ஆசை வந்திருக்கணும். அப்படி இருக்கும்போது ஒரு தலைவனுடைய கடமை நாம போறனால யாருக்காச்சும் உபத்திரம் ஆகுதா? நமக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு லீடர்ஷிப் டீம் இருக்காங்களா?
Sure, he must have come to see the people must have come to see him, but it is a responsibility of Vijay as a leader that he failed in his duty.
யாரை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுவாங்க, யாரை போய் தடுத்து நிறுத்துவாங்க, இதெல்லாம் விஜய் அவர் உணரணும். ஆனால் இப்ப இருந்து அவர் போகக்கூடிய எல்லா கூட்டத்தையும் மாற்றணும். இந்த வீக்கெண்ட் கான்செப்டை வெளியே வரணும். ஏற்கனவே நம்ம சொன்னோம் இல்ல மக்களுக்கு உபத்திரம் கொடுக்க கூடாதுங்கிறதுக்காக வீக்கெண்ட் போடுறோம்.
Political parties must come out of weekend concept.
வீக்கெண்ட்ல போனா பெண்கள் வருவாங்க.
There needs to be this idea that only in the weekend will there be crowds that are coming, only in the weekend will there be youth and kids coming. All of these notions need to be completely shut out.
ஒரு மாவட்டத்திற்கு ஒரு பாயிண்ட் மட்டும் தேவையான அரசு. ஏன்னா இரண்டாம் கட்ட தலைவர்கள் உருவாகும் வரை இந்த பிரச்சனை ஒரு
He should have assessed and questioned why such a manadu, such a gathering should have taken place during a weekend. Was it necessary? I will not accept that Vijay is accused number one.
அந்த கூட்டத்துக்கு பர்மிஷன் கொடுக்க வேண்டியது அரசு. உங்களுக்கு இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு போங்க. அவங்க கோர்ட்ல போய் வேற பர்மிஷன் வாங்க, வேற இடத்துல வாங்க.
The safety of the people who had gathered, the safety and the security is in the hands of the Tamil Nadu police, the Tamil Nadu district administration. If they said they couldn't do it, then they should have said it earlier.
விஜய் அவர்களுக்கு அனுமதி கொடுக்கணும், வர்ற மக்களுக்கு பாதுகாக்கணும். அந்த வேலையை அரசு செய்யணும். விஜய் அவர்களுக்கும் சரியான முறையில் அனுமதி இல்லை.
They should have also given permission, the state government should have given permission for Vijay to conduct his rally, but at the same time also given protection for the public who are coming to see said rally. They failed in that.
மாவட்ட ஆட்சியர் மீதும் மாவட்ட காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர் மீதும்
innocent lives have been lost. The public administration and the government must go their head down in shame.
SP 10,000 பேர் 20,000 பேர் வர்றாங்கன்னா வாட்ல SP DIG இருக்கணும்லன்னா அவங்க வந்து நிக்கணும்ல, அவங்க இருக்கணும்ல. ஓ எதிர்க்கட்சி கூட்டம் நம்ம ஸ்பாட்டுக்கு போனா
if there are 10,000 20,000 public who are coming to a spot, shouldn't there be an SP or DGP or DIG on the spot?
வெறும் வருத்தத்தில் இருப்பாரு. அதனால எல்லோரும் சேர்ந்து அவரை யாரும் கார்னர் பண்ண வேண்டாம். இதிலிருந்து
as far as Vijay is concerned, yes, he will be in great sorrow today.
நிற்க ஆரம்பித்திருக்கின்றார்கள், நிற்பார்கள், நம்பிக்கை இருக்கு. மூன்றாவது தன்னுடைய பயணத்தினுடைய வடிவமைப்பை மாற்றணும். இந்த வீக்கெண்டு சனிக்கிழமை குழந்தைங்க வர்றதை அவாய்ட் பண்ணணும். அதே போல கடைசியா
I encourage Vijay to change the course of his rallies planned forthwith. Stop this weekend culture.
இந்தியால நம்பர் 2வது இடத்துல இருக்கிற மகாராஷ்டிரா படித்தவர்கள் அதிகமாக இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலம். நம்ம நடவடிக்கை அப்படியாங்க இருக்கு.
We are the second, number 2 state in the country after Maharashtra.
ஒரு குழந்தை நீங்க தான். இறந்து போன 40 பேருக்கு அவங்க எல்லாம் வீட்ல தங்கம் தான் எல்லாரும். கணவன், மனைவி, குழந்தை, தாத்தா, பாட்டி எல்லோரும் யாரோ ஒருத்தர் இறந்திருக்காங்க. ஆனா எதற்காக இப்படி
all those who lost their life, they're all their near and dear ones to their family, be it paati, tata, mother, father, uncle, aunt, nieces.
ஆனந்தமா பாருங்க, டிவில பாருங்க, பாதுகாப்பா பாருங்க.
Vijay campaign turns to carnage. Power show turns deadly. Vijay flees, victims gasp for breath. Did abrupt blackouts spark panic and chaos? Criminal neglect in crowd control. Votes over lives for Tamil Nadu netas. Who is behind the loss of 40 lives?
What was meant to showcase political strength in Karur has instead descended into a nightmare for its people. At least 40 lives have been lost, families shattered, and what should have been a moment of mass mobilization has ended in grief and chaos. This is not just tragedy. It is the outcome of negligence, mismanagement, and reckless political posturing. Across Tamil Nadu tonight, crematoriums echo with cries of anguish, and anger simmers in multiple households which have been touched by this disaster. Grief has turned into questions, accusations, and a search for accountability. TVK, in fact, blames a sinister conspiracy. The police point to the organizers, to delays, and to the unruly behavior of Vijay's cadre. Opposition parties accuse the DMK of apathy and negligence. The political crossfire is loud and relentless. But beyond the din of blame lies an uncomfortable truth. A deeper systemic failure to treat human life as sacred, to put safety above the spectacle of politics. Year after year, we watch stampedes and accidents claim ordinary lives. Year after year, no lasting lessons are learned. So question is, who will take responsibility for the blood that spilled on the streets of Karur? Who will stand up and say, never again? I'll be putting these questions to the guests who will be joining me shortly. But first up, let's take a look at this report.
Tragedy struck Karur, snatching lives, shattering families, leaving Tamil Nadu heartbroken. After the horrific stampede at TVK Chief Vijay's Karur rally that claimed several lives, cries of heartbreak filled the air. And the political blame game is escalating across Tamil Nadu. Facing all-round blame for the killer crush, Vijay's TVK came out with a conspiracy theory, claiming a sinister plot by Stalin government to target its rallies. By deliberately allocating cramped spots despite mammoth crowds, TVK claimed power was cut off to the spot to create chaos, rushing to file a plea for independent probe in Madras High Court.
கரண்ட் இல்லை சார் மெயினாக கரண்ட் இல்லை கரண்ட்லாம் இருந்திருந்தா இடம் வந்து பெருசான இடம் கொடுத்துருந்தா நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும் பெரிய இடம் கொடுத்தா நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும்.
Tamil Nadu's top cop, however, denied these claims, stating that TVK had agreed to hold the rally at this very venue, that rescue ambulances were attacked by Vijay's cadre and that the crowd became restless due to the delay.
We suggested a place called Velayathapuram, this one, because this was conducted in the recent past by one of the political parties with about 12 to 15,000 people were gathered there, and it went off very peacefully. So that was suggested to them. So they also went and saw the place. They finally agreed. They gave it in writing, saying that we may be permitted to conduct the event in this place. In all these places, only thing is the crowd that is coming behind the vehicle and also joining the place where the meeting is happening.
Vijay is also facing flake for not meeting the survivors at Karur Hospital and taking a chartered flight to Chennai. AIADMK chief EPS also slammed the ruling DMK, accusing police of bias in handling opposition events, claiming that adequate cops are never provided for his rallies.
அதேபோல அந்த பாதுகாப்பு குறைபாடுகள் இருப்பதாக தொலைக்காட்சியில் பார்க்கின்ற பொழுது தெளிவாக தெரிகிறது. ஏற்கனவே நடந்த மாவட்டத்தில் நடந்த TVK அந்த பிரச்சார கூட்டத்திலும் முழுமையான பாதுகாப்பு வழங்கப்பட்டதாக தெரியவில்லை. இதெல்லாம் தொலைக்காட்சியில் பார்த்தான் நான் இதை குறிப்பிடுகிறேன். அதோட இந்த கட்சி மட்டுமில்லை.
DMK hit back hard at the critics, denying all charges, calling the accusations baseless and politically motivated. It blamed Vijay for his late arrival and keeping thousands waiting in the sweltering heat. DMK claimed TVK itself chose the spot and misled authorities on the turnout. Congress MP Karthi Chidambaram also slammed the police and the organizers of the event.
காவல்துறையும் இதற்கான தக்க ஏற்பாடுகள் செய்திருக்கிறது. எல்லாத்துக்கும் மேலாக கூட்டம் நடத்துபவர்களுக்கு அந்த கூட்டத்தை வருபவர்களை கட்டுப்படுத்தும் அளவுக்கு அமைப்பு இல்லை என்பதையும் இது காட்டுகிறது. ஏனால் ஒரு அரசியல் கூட்டம் நடப்பதென்றால் அரசியல் தலைவர், பெரிய தலைவர் இருந்தாலும் இரண்டாம் கட்ட தலைவர்கள், மாவட்ட அளவிலான தலைவர்கள்லாம் இருந்து அதை கட்டுப்படுத்துவார். இந்த இயக்கத்திற்கு அது இல்லை என்பது எனக்கு சந்தேகமாகும்.
BJP, on the other hand, accused the Tamil Nadu cops for lapses and sought CBI probe into the tragedy.
Tamil Nadu BJP, we are demanding CBI inquiry. The reason is simple. The Chief Minister of a state, he wants a one-man former judge inquiry commission, and he handpicks the judge also. How can it be a fair inquiry? So many people have assembled. When the state police says 500 people were deployed, we don't believe that. With respect to Mr. Vijay, we find fault with him. Mr. Vijay has to understand a cinema star transitioning to politics as a political leader. He has to be more responsible in his approach.
But Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin refrained from politicizing the tragedy.
ஆண் குழந்தைங்க 4 பேர், பெண் குழந்தைங்க 5 பேர். இந்த 39 பேர்ல கரூர் மாவட்டத்தை சேர்ந்த 32 பேர், ஈரோடு மாவட்டத்தை சேர்ந்த 2 பேர், திருப்பூர் மாவட்டத்தை சேர்ந்த 2 பேர், திண்டுக்கல் மாவட்டம் 2 பேர், சேலத்தில் மாவட்டத்தை சேர்ந்த ஒருத்தர் இறந்திருக்கிறாங்க.
Tamil Nadu governor has asked Stalin government to explain the venue allocated for Vijay. As Tamil Nadu mourns the lives lost, pressure is mounting on the government, organizers and Vijay. Was it negligence or something more sinister? With Anaga Keshav, Bureau Report, India Today.
And breaking news coming in now. Sources are telling India Today that the Tamil Nadu government has asked Vijay and TVK's second-rung leadership to not meet the injured at the Karur government hospital, fearing it would cause some kind of chaos. Vijay, remember, sources indicating, wanted to visit the hospital, but after the government told him not to do so, has dropped the idea. All instructions to Vijay has been given to vacate or leave Karur immediately, and that was given apparently orally. That's what sources are saying, and authorities had asked TVK to keep aside politics and focus on diffusing the situation, and hence he left immediately to Chennai. That is the defense which is coming in from TVK. Now the TVK is demanding a CBI or a court-monitored probe into this incident. Apurva is joining me live from Karur. Apurva, first the BJP, now the TVK, both the parties demanding a CBI probe. What is stopping the Tamil Nadu government from going ahead with it?
Well, Maria, in fact, if you can see, this is not the first time that we're seeing an independent probe or a CBI inquiry being, asked for, be it from the side of the state government or from opposition parties as well. We've seen several such horrific incidents that had taken place in Tamil Nadu recently as well, where several innocent lives had been lost in a stampede-like situation. And this incident that particularly took place in Karur yesterday was definitely an eye-opener, because 40 lives, innocent lives that have been lost, children included, in this accident that took place. And we saw how BJP's senior leader there, Annamalai, has gone ahead and requested one-man commission, one-woman commission is not something that will just do. They will also going on and demanding for a CBI inquiry right on the path of Annamalai as well. We're now saying TVK, they are also requesting for either an independent inquiry into the situation, what had took place, what had gone wrong yesterday, or more importantly, even a CBI probe into this as well. Now, already we've seen how, this one-woman commission there, we've already seen them on the ground taking stock of the situation, speaking to the families of the victims, families of those who have been injured, what had taken place. And the independent commission itself, we saw Ms. Aruna there going ahead and taking stock of the situation personally on ground, meeting with officials, meeting with the police, meeting with the people who have been injured. So on one side, while the commission is taking place, it's now the time for Tamil Nadu government to take a call whether they will have a CBI probe also initiated into this incident.
Apurva, another important aspect of this entire tragedy has been that Vijay was seen as leaving the venue without even extending some kind of empathy or support for all those who lost their lives. Now, sources are telling you that he was asked orally by the district administration to leave and head to Chennai. Is that what you're picking up?
Well, that's what, in fact, what we are receiving information is that sources had told Vijay to leave at the earliest from Karur. Remember, he had taken by road, he had gone from Karur to Tiruchi, and from Tiruchi he had taken a special flight back to Chennai that very night when this incident took place. This all spanned out in less than 2 hours since the incident had taken place, and this even at a time when people were still being rushed to the government hospital and in and around nearby hospitals for treatment. We saw there the response from Vijay as well, how he had just vanished without even speaking to anybody. The media, the press there who was standing outside the airport awaiting to see if Vijay is going to make a comment. Later on, earlier yesterday, late in the night and earlier this morning as well, Vijay has taken to platform X, wherein he has given a detailed explanation saying that he is very sorry about what had happened and that he's in fact heartbroken. In fact, sources do say that Vijay has not even been able to function properly since the incident had taken place. He says that he is completely heartbroken and grief-stricken at what kind of chaos that had been ensued from the stampede that took place. More importantly, innocent lives that had been waiting there since early morning, eagerly to see their Thalapathy Vijay there going ahead, and they had lost their lives. So this is the kind of shock and anguish that Vijay is in. That's what we're picking up from sources.
All right. Continue to be with us, Apurva. Let me bring in the guests who are joining us right now. Dr. Syed Hafiz is spokesperson of the DMK. Lakshmi is representing the Congress. We have Pula Rao, political analyst, Sanjay Sahai, former IPS officer, and we'll be joined by others in just a bit as well. Dr. Hafiz, the DMK is blaming conspiracy, but while the opposition calls it criminal negligence, what we have seen is 40 lives lost, of which there are 19 women and 9 children. Isn't this reflecting something more, that this is systemic rot that all parties are complicit in?
Every life is valuable, irrespective of where it has happened, whichever party, whoever has conducted. So at this point of time, the entire Tamil Nadu is grieving with the families who have lost their kith and kins. Now, this issue, because see, 2 days back, ADMK, though they are opposition, they conducted a similar event in the similar place where there were no untowards event that has happened. Here the issue is little different for the fact that the entire TVK cadre and the leadership, they believe that the cult image that the Vijay has is only because of the crowd that is waiting for him for 7 hours, 8 hours. This they are propagating, they are nurturing this kind of a cult image with the crowd that they are having. This is where the problem has started. See, as a government, as an administration, only after accepting to the conditions that the TVK will follow, believing them in good faith, that the permission is granted. Today, ADGP LNO has given a press meet in which he categorically said that the police had instructed the Vijay's vehicle, the canvassing vehicle, to be parked 50 meters ahead, before where it is, behind the exact place. But they refuse to follow. That is one of the reasons for the chaos, despite many other reasons.
Yeah, Dr.
to
Hafiz,
it,
number of questions are being raised. You know, all that is a subject of inquiry. My point then is that if Vijay is demanding a CBI probe, BJP is demanding a CBI probe, AIA DMK demands a CBI probe. In fact, the families also feel that it has to be investigated properly. Then why go ahead with this one-man commission which has been ordered by a chief minister? Why not ensure that there is a full-fledged CBI probe which will reveal the truth, that there are certain lapses which have occurred? Those lapses have to be brought out.
I think people are aware of the powers of the Judicial Commission, the inquiry, the way the Judicial Commission works. At least if they don't trust that, the Judicial Commission will book the people, as law suggests that the Judicial Commission does not have the power to prosecute. But at least there will be a debate and discussion. As far as the justice is concerned, it is a commitment of the chief ministers to ensure justice to the 40 lives lost. That you can see in the way that the government has acted in a very short time, deputing
a lot of questions
ministers
on the functioning of the government, certainly, and the sheer Dr. Hafiz, there are a lot of questions on when the permission was given. Was it for 7 hours or 2 hours? Was there a convoy which was following, in fact a huge crowd which was following the convoy of Vijay? All that has to be explained. But Sanjay Sahai, as a former IPS officer, have you ever seen genuine political will to cap crowd numbers and prioritize safety over optics at these rallies? What is evident here is election after election, political rallies after one after the other. What plays out is essentially political showmanship.
See, at the core of all these political rallies is primarily one thing: to get people, create a perception and translate them into votes. And the thing which I've been seeing for last couple of months when I've been appearing on the TV is that all the stakeholders, inclusive of the police and the government, they, after an incident of this nature, try and create a smoke screen. And they will escape into because of this smoke screen. So this is happening everywhere. I think the spokesperson was talking about the CM's commitment to bringing everybody to book and all that. No judicial commission has ever delivered anything worthwhile. Let's be very clear about it. And the most recent has been in Bangalore. That was the Chinnaswamy stampede. At the end of the Chinnaswamy stampede, it was the RCB and the police officials who faced the axe. And the commission, whatever commission was there, it was taken through the process